So, where we last left off in the Curse of Strahd, you all had dinner at Strahd's house and his castle. House is a large understatement. And you had a conversation with him. Didn't turn to physical combat or blows or anything. You had dinner, discussing his goals and desires as well as your own, and attempting to come to an agreement that may get you out of Barovia. As dinner finished, he dismissed everybody, his servants, his wives, and things like that. And then he put a proposition to you all to spend the night in his castle, be his guest, and to help him solve a little mystery that he is too busy to dirty his own hands with. In the fact of, he believes one of his beautiful brides is a spy, is helping his enemy in some way, and he wants to figure out who it is. He's passed this task to you all. In doing so, he gave you free reign to explore the entire castle, attempting to find any information on the brides, their whereabouts, talk with them, do whatever you wish, as long as you didn't go into the catacombs or into his personal chambers, which he said that you would easily notice and stay the hell away from. He then retired, and you all were led by Rahadin to your room. You got in your room, did a thing, and stumbled upon a invader, intruder, stowaway, whatever you would like to call it, that arose from a trapdoor in the floor outside of your room. And she, along with her friend, are looking for a werewolf, for reasons that became apparent very quickly, to try and save the children that had recently been captured from Valaki, which kind of goes along y'all's way and kills two birds with one stone. After passing your cat cloaks off to her, the other werewolf decided to stay in the room as to not arouse Strahd's suspicion, because you all are on good terms and they're not supposed to be there. So you all have been pretty much Scooby-Dooing around the castle for the last 20 minutes or so, and you eventually came to a room where you got jumped by a fake Strahd, and then stumbled into a secret passage that led to an elevator shaft. And right where we left off last time, you were all boarding the elevator as Osgood was just kind of looking over the device itself and figuring out the mechanics as he had called the elevator down to you all. And it's a large stone platform about 10 feet by 10 feet wide that has just arrived in front of you all. As we start the campaign, what do you all do? And come on, Gaynor, you are in the room. Everybody else is in the hall.
I'm picking up a cat. I think I'm already in the elevator, so.
Yeah, you're in the elevator room, yeah. The elevator's technically a box here, but I'm being lazy, so.
Right.
We'll do it there, yes. I mean, if you all are stepping on the elevator.
Yeah, Kelmo's already in the elevator. He's just kind of like looking around at all the gears and stuff, just confused.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll actually draw a box because that'll make life easy. It won't make life easy. But we're going to do it anyway. It's a box. That's an elevator. Because on the other side is just a string. So basically you'd have to load into here. But that being said, you could all feasibly fit through this small door and get onto the elevator. The shield guardian will obviously not fit in the small 5-foot wide door. It's barely 6 feet tall.
Nonsense.
Are you telling me that Trovik and I have to crouch to get through this door?
Probably. No, it's 5 feet wide.
You said 6 feet tall.
Did I say
Okay,
6 feet
8.
tall? 8 feet tall. Sorry.
Okay.
8 feet tall. But not wide enough for the shield guardian to fit through, obviously.
You're over 6 feet?
I am 6 foot, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I probably have to duck just a little bit, just so it doesn't graze the top.
But you all are able to get in as the shield guardian just kind of like crouches and looks in the hole for a moment and just kind of like stands back up and stands in the hallway. And Osgood kind of looks at you all. 2 options. You can go up or down.
You hear a very nervous meow when he says up.
You
I
want to go
guess.
up? That's good. I'm gonna like sit there on the switch.
Well, what do you guys want to do? Guess we could go up or down. And Kamal just goes to the edge of the thing and goes, I mean, we can't go to the catacombs. I'm assuming that's down. And up is Strahd's room. But we don't know how far up.
Yeah. We also don't know how far down the catacombs is.
True.
'Cause there's
Mage, what do you think?
Well, I mean, if we start by going down first, right? And then we can go up. See how
True.
far down we go.
I mean, I guess if we go down and it looks like we're in the catacombs, we could just go back up again.
Right, yeah.
You have a point there. I was just kind of.
I mean, I guess let's go down. And Kamal looks at the gear mechanism, just yells, up. Expecting something to happen.
Works that way, mate. And he kind of like reaches over and flips a couple of the switches, and you hear some of the chains start to grind as the heavy stone platform begins to descend and sink into the castle. As you all got on and it begins to descend, you do notice 2 metal portcullis gates shoot up from both sides. Kind of like create a box that you're in now.
Kamal instinctively pulls out of his quarterstaff, just like at the ready.
And it does begin to descend at a decently fast pace. It goes down for about, I think, 40 feet. Is that it? Yeah, about 40 feet. Just 40 feet. Just 40 feet. Map 3. I'm sorry. Let's see where this goes. Because all the maps. Every map.
Oh, the map.
On the maps.
Oh no, that's not a place that's at it. Yeah. So it goes all the way down. 70 feet or so it descends. 70.
That
Nice.
sounds like catacombs distance.
Yeah.
70 feet or so deep into the castle it descends. So it just goes down and down and down.
At least dungeons.
Yeah.
And then you come to sorry, I gotta copy paste. Actually, I'm not gonna copy paste. I'm gonna move. We're moving. We are moving.
Moving.
That's
Oh.
it. That's it. Yes. That's not it. Wrong map.
I mean, we're all on the stairs.
Yeah.
Wrong map. Yeah. It's map 4. No, 4 maps. Huh? So many fucking maps. I swear. I love this thing when
It's a big castle.
Maps. It's a big
It's
castle.
a very big castle.
Here we
and I
go. This is
love
the
it.
right floor. Apologies. Now you're all in an elevator shaft, and she's not there because she wasn't there. And she's cat. Blueness, your token now has a cat thing as well.
Oh my god.
Because, yeah, cat stuff.
Because Kitty.
It's a
So
Sorry.
is
Favorite cat.
this the elevator?
You are in the elevator right here.
Okay.
Here, as you get down here, the iron portcullises drop back down and sink into the floor. And you notice the corpse of one small mongrel folk right about here, right outside of where the portcullis would drop down. And you see a door to the north of you that leads into a hallway, and to the south is a spiral staircase that goes further down and up.
Okay.
Does the corpse just not have a head?
You can make an investigation check to try and find the head. It's not attached to the body.
Oh god.
Fair.
How much of this man got squished?
His head's not there. His body's there, but the rest of his body seemed to have gotten left on this floor. It's not a pretty sight. Y'all walked into like a bleeding out mongrel folk body. It's kind of fucked up.
Wait, like it's fresh dead?
Like it's like within the last hour. Fresh dead. Squeaked. Like almost as if something had like pulled its head into the elevator. And the elevator kept going. But that's just what you see at a glance. In cat form, you do notice that this thing has a wooden amulet where a necklace used to hang around its neck. On the neck portion of the body, and the wooden amulet has a small, weirdly looking varnished human eye in it. Sorry, what were you saying, Kelma?
No. Kelma was just gonna point at the body and go, "Guess we found your friend." Looking at the cat.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah,
Blueness meowing the entire episode.
Hey, man.
That's why I talked to Blueness.
I hate you all so much. It's great. Okay. All right. The elevator has, however, stopped, and this does seem to be the ground floor that it goes to.
Well, I guess we could go down the stairs or do this door.
Maybe we should poke our head through the door to make sure we're not already in catacombs, because if we go down, we're definitely going into catacombs.
And by
Almost
we, you
definitely.
mean you, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Kelma starts giggling. He's like, I mean, I could look, but this is your territory.
Sure. Let's have a look. Can I
Poke your
open
head
the
out.
door?
Can you open it? Well, the door's open, actually.
Cool.
You're just
Oh,
looking from this
even
back.
better.
Yeah, that's what you can see.
Boop.
In this room, it's barely lit by a torch that's sitting about here-ish in the floor. And the rest of it is, obviously you got dark vision, so that doesn't include you, but the rest of the room is not brightly lit from that torch. You see 3 doors on the north wall. 2 are about 20 feet apart from each other, and then one's about 15 feet apart from that one, closer to the left side of the hallway. And there is a large double doors down here and a portcullis this way. You see something behind the iron bars, but you're not quite sure what. The hallway itself is empty and it's quiet. But you do notice.
I'm sorry. No, you're good. Go.
As you're looking out, one thing that does catch your eye is about 3 feet of fog that's just like covering this hallway. And it started to creep into this place a little bit. The door's been open from, but it's just like sitting on the floor.
That's strange.
Do I see this coming out of the room?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming. The fog is slowly now coming into this chamber as well.
Kind of like at a haunted house.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like if the door is open and the fog is just like billowing, it's not really.
Let's see what we got. And I cast Detect Magic.
Please do.
You cast Detect Magic. That is a down.
I'm just gonna like step aside slightly in the door so that he can poke his head through as well.
Detecting magic. Oh, you're gonna have me do a lot of stuff. This is gonna be fun. 30 feet. You know, I wrote detect magic stuff for the entire floor below this.
How far away is the floor below?
80 feet. 60 feet, some ridiculous number of feet. More feet than you have feet for.
Catacombs are below, guys.
Yeah. I mean, dungeons are below, but they're not in the same place, nor the same thing. But you don't know that. Strahd's Castle. 2 doors. Magic. You sense magic coming from near the cat behind you.
Okay.
Where the corpse is. 30 feet is a boop. Let me do a measuring thing. Measuring thing. There's think that. Up is there. You can sense that. Nope. That. No.
Okay, so just sense with magic by
Yeah,
the
just
cat.
magic that's over near the cat.
So the hallway's technically clear,
The hallway's clear. Yes.
from what I can
Uh,
tell.
Yes.
So the hallway's
um,
clear from what I can tell.
I stick my hand out before Brandon walks in there, and
I mean, my head was out there, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought you were still in the hallway, kind of like looking in.
I mean, I probably kept my body there in case there was a trigger in the doorway and just like
Oh, okay.
shoulders out.
Savari hops off of Trovik's shoulder and just walks into the hall.
Oh no. Okay. What are you doing, Kelmas? Sorry. You doing
Oh, I
anything?
was
You were
digging in
gonna
my
test it.
bag to pull out some ball bearings. He was
Okay.
gonna flick it down the hallway, but he was just like, "All right." He just kind of puts it back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As you walk into the hallway, Branwyn, you see a cat push by you. But you're in the hallway. It's a hallway.
Resist
Um,
urge to scratch Cat's head as a player.
Like, Savari just climbs up you and is now on your shoulder.
Oh no.
Oh.
Kitty friend.
Okay.
Yep. And nothing remarkable about any of these doors except the double doors are double doors instead of singles. And looking through the portcullis on the far wall, you can kind of make out what appears to be maybe wine casks or something.
Cellar. Cool.
So we're in the cellar.
Wine
let's see what
cellar.
Oh no, what did that do? That deleted the whole thing it's not supposed to delete. And that was bad.
let's see what else we see when I walk into the hallway. So I walk in front of them, kind of get here-ish.
What see you now? You see things. Things that you see. Nothing's there, nothing's there, nothing's there.
No things.
Nothing. Nothing. 30 feet.
So there's a double door over here, and then a bunch of doors here.
Yes.
Are they like
No,
distinctive in any way?
I don't believe so.
Or are they just
I can
doors?
Double check. Just seem to be doors. All made of heavy oak. All
Okay.
arched. The double doors are arched and split, obviously, but nothing remarkable about any of them. You do notice that in the hallway there are like fine tapestries hung like in between the doors themselves. It's just like bearing the crest of Ravenloft, but
So we're still in a section of the castle that potentially could be seen by guests. So we're not that deep yet.
Right.
Okay.
So I walk up to the double doors.
Picturing a
they are
kitchen.
double doors.
Try and open it.
Okay. They are not locked.
Then
You creak open these double doors.
yeah.
The room inside is not lit from within, I don't believe. Oh no, what did I do? I moved the wall. Everything went sideways. Don't do that.
Guessing Trovik still can't see. We're just leaving him behind.
Oh yeah.
You're not having vision anymore? Is that a thing? Did that mess up? You have a little vision? I can't remember.
Well, Trovik, there's a torch in here, so Trovik should be able to see the torch.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I have a little bubble, but mainly I can see what Brandon sees.
What?
Because
What do you
Brandon
mean
has
what
the
I
torch,
see?
Right?
I have no torch. Why would I have a torch?
Who had the light?
You have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
but you didn't have the
Yeah, I
light.
still have control over your token.
Oh.
Oh, because everybody can see Brandon's token. Right, because
Oh.
Brandon.
I was also confused until I saw the health bar above your character.
I understand.
Oh yeah, I do see Brandon's health bar too.
Sorry. Sorry.
So now you can all see my pitiful health.
I'm exactly
That should be
20
fixed,
or
I
more,
apologize.
no more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is dark in this hallway, save for the flame on the far end. As you open the door, boop a doop. Door open. Inside, you see a large table in the center of the room. Massive looking banquet table.
Okay.
I see a bride.
It is dark, but certain structural features of this room kind of stand out. The table itself seems to be adorned with something. And even in the dark vision, you can't quite make out what the aesthetic is. But you do see the shadow of one of the brides, Valenta, sitting in this room with very interesting posture about her. And you do notice that she seems to be sitting in a chair at the table. And there seem to be a few other people or humanoid shapes in the other chairs in the room as well.
Like all the chairs?
Some of them, not all,
Ah.
two or three, like 3 or 4. Yeah, I mean, even with dark vision, like, you can't make out what everything is. Huh. Would you be able to make out? Because you can see shapes, right? With dark
Yeah,
vision.
you just can't just go in colour. Discern.
Discern. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so you got her sitting in the chair, and as you open the door, you just kind of... Don't y'all know to not interrupt people? Oh, it's you. Well, hi there.
You're just sitting in the dark?
We're having a right proper dinner down here.
I look over to Gaynor. I'm like, guess talk to them.
I mean, you seem pretty cheery.
Hmm.
How are you doing tonight?
Well, we're doing all right. Can't really complain too much. But, me and the family just having a right meal without Strahd here. And she kind of like points around. Now you can see, just like as you kind of look in a little bit more into this room. Is anybody stepping in the room? Or are you staying on the edge?
I'm standing on the edge.
You can kind of look in the chair to the right of her, and the shape of the human sitting in the chair, it's like it's human-sized. It's missing like features, if that makes sense. Like you don't notice any
Yeah.
hair or anything like that. Just sitting in the chair to the right of her. More than welcome to join us.
I think I just kind of whispered to Gaynor. I'm like, I think we need light. I don't want to pull out a torch.
Sure. Do you have anything in your hand?
No, I have nothing in my hand. I could just pull a torch out of my backpack.
Sure, we'd love to join you for a chat, but do you mind? One of our friends isn't as good in the darkness as we are.
Yeah, I understand those types. And she kind of like looks up, and she claps her hands together once, and you see
Weapon.
a chandelier in the center of the room. That is there. That is there. Should be your lit room now, yes?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Oh,
Only
I mean,
children.
Yes.
it looks brighter, but yeah.
Yes, I can see. I can now see.
you can
Yes.
see now. That's the question, yes.
Yay.
And she lights a chandelier in the center of the room, just by clapping her hands. And now you all can see everything in this room is ornately decorated in bone. It is all made of bone. The chairs, the decoration, the tables lined with it, the walls, the floor. In the corners of the room, you can see 4 large piles of bone that just stack up and almost reach the ceiling. And if you look at the chandelier that's now been lit, You see coming from it are 4 strands, one going to each corner of the room, that are just decoratively strung bits of bone that reach to the corner towers of bone. And the
It's a
chairs of
theme.
bone. And all of the guests at the table are completely bare-skinned, bare-muscled skeletons that are sitting around the table, dressed in various fineries and fanceries. The skeletons seem to be having the time of their lives, or not lives.
Mm.
They seem to be enjoying meals that are set of bone.
Wow. My, this is quite the decor choice.
Yeah, very beautiful.
I'm glad you like it. Took quite a while decorating this room.
God.
We kill a lot of people for all these bones. Good times.
Are you guys seeing the same thing I'm seeing?
Kamal just looks at Trevor like you could tell he's trying to bite his tongue real bad.
And a lot of these bones are like a sickly yellow, like they've been here for a minute.
Old.
Like, some are fresh, some
Yeah.
are newer looking, but
Oh God.
it's a it's almost like a what's the word? God, it's gonna kill me now. Anyway, words. It's almost like a collage, or like a timeline of like different colorations of things. Like you can almost see
Yeah.
when something was placed in here based on the coloration of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any traces of like the dragon or anything?
Funnily enough, have you stepped in the room? Yes. As you look up and around the room, right above the door you've just come in, is the massive head of a dragon.
Yeah.
All bone, just sitting there, as if it's a trophy or a mount of some sort. Probably about 5, maybe 6 feet tall, just mounted on the wall. It's probably about 6 feet poking out of the wall, 5 feet poking out of the wall. Decent sized dragon head. It's just the top, no bottom jaw or anything. It just seems to be mounted. Is this the same dragon? You're not sure. Then it is a dragon skull.
Kamal just kind of blurts out. He's like, this our friend. He's using a staff to point at the big dragon's head.
Oh, you mean what you were playing with at the keep? No, that one was based around this one. This is the original. Argy's my friend.
I look at the party. I'm like, especially Branwyn. I'm just like, well,
Mhm. I know. I just don't know what to ask. We didn't get time to work out what the hell we were doing with the things before
No.
chaos.
yeah, you got 10 seconds before Kamal blurts something out.
Don't put it on a clock. Don't rush it. You gotta think of something to say. We can don't forget.
I mean, we should, like, out of character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
We
sure
should
have a moment.
probably talk to her about why she was at the castle in the first place, like what brought her to those circumstances.
I forgot because I think she mentioned it when we were talking to her.
Did she mention?
Because we had a whole conversation with her in the middle of the battle.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. It was,
I think she was just trying to punish us because we weren't coming to dinner.
Correct. Yep. And then we told her about the thing, and then she toasted the castle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know why she was specifically there, like what brought her to that place.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just remembering things wrong. Cool. It's
What are
fine.
you remembering?
I could have sworn that she'd said something, like why she was there.
Honestly,
But my
just
notes
I
say
honestly
otherwise.
honestly thought she was there to.
Because I thought she wasn't there for us. And we were just there. I'm probably just forgetting things.
Because I think we mentioned the dude, and
There's no
she.
problem with having a 34 session long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Because we mentioned the priest there, and like she already knew about the bride that he was making, and he basically nuked that bride. She basically nuked that bride.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I have nothing on any of that. Cool.
Okay.
Mm,
So, where are we going?
hmm. That was some fun playtimes with your friend Augie and Krask.
He kind of looks back and thinks, thought it was great how you jumped off and tackled him. A good old time with that. Kind of looks back toward Trevor as she says it.
Can I roll an inside check to see if she's being sarcastic?
Because that sounds real sarcastic.
Oh my god. I don't know why I'm rolling insight. My insight's terrible.
Yeah, I should be the one rolling inside.
Did that not roll? There it is. Oh, that's not bad.
Hey.
It's not bad at all. She was amused. Mildly sarcastic, but she was amused. You can hear a tone of amusement in the inflection in her voice. Sorry.
So,
Oh no, because you're Tavern.
oh, something happened.
Sorry, I gotta whisper something. There we go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's why I'm pausing.
Apologies. Yeah. Seems like she was amused, but also a little agitated by it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and fun game.
It was. No, I hope there's no hard feelings.
None at all. I mean, if you had killed him, we might be having some issues, but
Oh, I don't think my friend wanted to kill him. Looks at Trovik. And knowing his love for pets.
So, I guess you like being a bride of Strahd, huh? It has its perks.
Cushy castle. Don't have to live in that shitty city anymore. It's not bad. It's better than where I was at.
You.
Living
Your
forever sucks, but this whole not eating thing's kind of a pain in the ass.
So it's
But you get used
city
to it.
from Kresk?
Mhm. You got a good guess on you. Yeah, I was from there. Long time ago.
Huh. No, okay. Oscar used to live in Valaki, not Kresk. Yeah. Okay.
Osgood was in Valaki recently, but Kresk before that. But yes.
Oh, at which point I'm gonna poke Osgood. Oh, what? Didn't you live in Kresk for a time, Osgood?
Yeah, there's a bit of time. Time I don't like to remember. The abbot. Valenta kind of looks. Yeah. Abbot's a dick. It's always been a dick. But
Well, not anymore after what happened.
can't help but feel a little proud of that. I don't know what he was doing up there, but
He was a weirdo.
Say that again.
Mm-hmm. It was a waste of a good dress.
So,
I mean, seemed to work. You guys are here. Strahd's happy with me. I've done my job.
are all the chairs, the bone chairs, empty, or are they all filled with those skeletons?
3 of them are filled. A number of them are empty. So you can pick one and sit. Yeah.
Okay. So, Kalmar just takes a squat in one of the chairs, puts his feet up on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "Hey, just for funsies, I noticed that you and the other 2 brides seem not to get along too well. Is it a little bit of rivalry, or did someone do something to piss each other off? You guys were not having fun at the dinner."
The other 2, they like to. They're jealous. That's all it is. They're upset that there's a newer model in town. And she kind of like throws her chin up as she says it.
Oh, she's the youngest.
Just kind of like matter-of-factly states it. It's like, for being honest, Strahd's tired of both of them. He's just waiting to throw him out. He's got me now. That's all that matters.
How does that make you feel about him trying to get an old flame started?
Well, you heard him. He's not doing it for her. He's doing it for the curse. Honest.
Yeah, but at the same time, he didn't seem very happy when he mentioned her, even if it was for the curse.
She's. She doesn't really respond to that, and she just kind of like takes it as a glance and just, she's not really showing anything off of that. You say that makes sense. A little agitated by that statement. She's just gonna kind of like shrug it off. It's hard to grab body language that's sitting at a table with you and to show it, but you get the gist.
So now we're all sort of semi-friends. Were you at Crest because Strahd sent you?
Yeah, I was there on his orders. He said you guys might be paying the abbot a visit, and I should go and tell you to come to dinner and say hey.
Ah, so it was for us. Suppose we should be flattered, really.
He thinks you're a big deal. He just doesn't ask me to run all the way to Crest and send favors.
I suppose it's also an opportunity for you to see your old hometown.
Kind of liked it the way it looked. Seemed about right. And never really had anybody there that missed me anyway, so sure don't miss them. I think Ludmilla did us all a favor. And she kind of looks over at Osgood. I think you had him help with that, didn't you? He just kind of looks down and I kind of sheepishly backs off into the corner a little bit and dives out of the conversation as best he can. And she kind of laughs under her breath and looks back at you all. So, I'm flattered that you came all this way for me and my chums here. She kind of looks around the table at some of the skeletons that are still laughing their heads off uncontrollably, silently, but they seem like they're having a great dinner party.
Helma just leans back in the chair and stretches, and he's just like, so, I mean, you mentioned that your other two sister brides tend to get jealous. I mean, Strahd's pretty powerful here, but you don't think any of them will want to try to, cause any mischief that might get in Strahd's way just to be bitter.
Kind of looks around the room for a second and just kind of looks back at you. Between you and me, if anybody were to do any shady stuff, probably be Anastasia. She's Strahd's first bride. She's not too happy about the current situation.
I mean, why? I mean, she's technically the head bride, and Helma kind of gives a shrug, like, shouldn't she be like one in, like the oldest one in charge of bride matters? I mean, I don't know how this works, but every time I've heard of multiple brides, this kind of works. It's usually the first gets the sweet spot.
Lars just kind of looks and chuckles. Yeah. Not really. It's like when you go out to the store and get a nice, fresh, new carriage off the lot. You don't really care that much for your old carriage anymore. But you keep the old carriage around because it still runs. It does what it's supposed to do. It's kind of like that.
Helma just kind of gives a glance over to Branwyn and Gaynor, just kind of like, are you getting all this?
Mm-hmm.
What about Ludmilla? How does she feel about this whole situation?
You never get a read on her. She's always so calm about everything. Disturbing.
Do you know why she would, Do you know what she's been up to? Like, we've ran into her once, but very rarely. Just a brief moment.
No. We all go and do what we want, but I mean, to be fair, you've only met me once. Briefly.
Fair.
So,
So Strahd doesn't like. So you guys are free to do what you want. Strahd doesn't hold you here or anything like that.
we kind of like looks around for a moment. We can leave the castle. We can go where we want to go. It sounds kind of defensive about it. Almost like she's stating that she can. Affirming it to herself as well as affirming to you.
Are there any groups that Strahd would be unhappy to be talking to? Like, I don't know, druids or something?
Kind of looks around and just scratches her chin a little bit. No. No. No.
I mean,
Insight.
short of
Strahd's in charge of most of the evil things in the realm. Not evil things in the realm, that's the wrong word to say. Strahd's
events.
in charge of most of the stuff. Werewolves. The bats. Is that the third?
Insight check when I mentioned druids.
Absolutely. Make an insight.
Hey.
Ooh, very nice. Good
Nice.
insight. No real flinch from her.
Okay.
Just kind of like a questioning that you mentioned druids as a specificality rather than pausing at druids.
Gotcha.
So outside your wonderful friends here, Do you or the other wives have friends or acquaintances outside of the castle?
And I think for a moment, like Anastasio's always got friends in Valaki. Something about acquaintances when she was alive or something. Yeah.
Hmm.
And Ludmilla spends a lot of time in the library. I really don't see her leave much.
What about Esther, was it?
She kind of looks at you and smiles and almost breaks out into a laughter. Oh, you ran into him?
Yes.
He's a lost cause in last week's news, I'm afraid.
Oh. Yeah, he did seem a little put out.
Strahd fancied him for a time before I came along, but new model.
Did he have similar powers as you?
She kind of looks and no, he's far weaker than I am.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say that I could do things he can't dream of. There's a reason he's on the shelf.
Kelmos takes his feet down, leans, and goes, off-topic question. Where are the catacombs? We don't want to end up there.
Very good point.
He kind of pauses a moment, thinks. I actually need to look at a map real quick. Give me a second.
I mean, if anyone knows this castle, it'll be her.
Right.
You're absolutely right. I'm just making sure that I don't give you faux information.
Yeah.
Because that'll be the last thing I want to do is a GM. Seriously goes to that, and that does to that. 4's there, and 21's there. There's a map. All the map. I love so many maps. This is great. By the way, people who are writing adventures for people to run, make sure to include one dungeon with 12 maps. Have them all be placed across a book 15 pages apart. Make sure you remember that one in your arsenal, boys and girls. Just a heads up. Sorry. I'm not bitter at all, I swear.
Oh. As we hear you flip pages.
I apologize. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, you're good. Cool. And that's that. And where is that? How are any of these things a thing? I hate life. So much. All the hate. All the hate. All the hate. Perfect. She kind of chuckles a bit. There's a large staircase on the south side of the castle. Stay away from that and you'll be okay. It spirals. It's huge. You can't miss it. But it doesn't connect to anywhere on this floor. You don't have to worry about it.
Wonderful.
And based on the instruction in the gathering, it is in some other lower part of the castle. But and wandering around here in general, you've noticed that there are a lot of spiral staircases that go both up and down, as there are many spires in this tower that go high up into the sky and underground as well. So not uncommon for there to be multiple spiral staircases. And as you kind of now are sitting in this room a little bit, you do see there is a door to the north and a door to the south. Valenta seems to just be amusing herself with having live guests and her skeletal guests, all of which are still animated and doing stuff. And she just seems content and amused.
Just gonna give a quick look at everyone else, seeing if they have any other questions, or if they look like they want to ask anything else.
Nope.
Taking that as a no.
Yeah, it's gonna just. Nope.
Well, we'll leave you to continue entertaining. There's so much to see and explore in this castle. Definitely need to take a look at that library at some point.
Yes,
My
thank you for your
goodness.
time.
Yes.
Enjoy the remainder of your evening.
Oh, of course, you guys as well. Don't be strangers now.
And we leave.
Yeah, really. Well, there's two
Same
doors,
door.
right?
I was going to say you go north door, south door, the door you came through.
I don't know if there's anything this way we won. I wouldn't have thought so, but up to you
Might not.
guys.
I mean, I'm gonna start heading towards the north door, and I just kind of yell out, I go, "These doors, where do they go?"
She kind of thinks for a moment. That one used to be sleeping quarters. Hold on, let me map this. Maps. All the maps. You're killing me with these maps today. I know this castle inside now, and it still fucks me up. It's the best castle ever. That's the
I
name of the
mean, it
staircase
is.
that exists. It
Yeah.
is. It really is the best castle ever.
It's really
Like,
the best castle. Also,
Yeah.
Strahd's a bad host. He doesn't give us a map. We don't know where.
I know.
He gave you a guide. You let the guide leave you. He told you Radim would tell you where you want to go if you asked, and nobody asked, and he fucking walked away.
I mean, we also wanted privacy, and then the host is, and then the guide is gone.
Yeah, the guide is gone. He's not a very good guide.
Not
He
your
didn't
servant, he's your
exactly say-
guide.
I mean, it's not like the guide said, "Oh, I'll be in the room 2 floors down
That's
if you
true.
need anything." He just walked off.
Yeah,
She kind
I'm gonna get
of
this.
motions to you as you reach toward the door, and she's just like, there used to be guards' chambers. Somewhere around there leads up to the North Tower. And I think Rahadin's office is back there. I haven't been back there in a while. He's always busy doing something.
I just look at the group and I'm just like, well, where you want to go?
I kind of make my way towards this door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I started into that door.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right, so back into the
And-
hallway.
When
Open
we're
this door.
moving this way, yeah. Or
You open
I'm
the
gonna move
door.
a little away from there and be like,
Absolutely.
think-
Open that door. As you
think
open
we
that
need to go
door,
down.
and flip another
I'm
page.
sorry,
these
yep.
Pages.
I think
Oh,
if
Brandon was whispering 1 second.
yeah, I think if we're looking for dungeons, we need to go down.
Yeah. I think the course of action might be to go down, since now we know where kind of catacombs are.
Yeah. Now that we know how to avoid the catacombs, we're probably safer.
Yeah.
And I doubt Strahd's rooms are down.
More likely
I would
up.
think they were up, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that we'll know it when we see it. So if we see something that looks like his room, we leave.
They'll probably have a big face of Strahd on the door.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm picturing loads of quests.
And very obvious. I doubt it's a closet. It'll be
Yeah.
funny, but it's not a closet.
So,
If you want to
just
go
a
in that
heads up, time wise, getting off the elevator, having the conversation, coming back out, probably cost you all about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
room. Okay.
Okay, good to know.
Like a long thing. I know people are on timers, so I want to make sure that's what. As you open
Yeah.
this door, you see inside. It's just a no windows, closed in stone room. Seems to be a medium bed that sits to one side of the room. Massive amount of junk covers this floor. Like, you open the door and junk almost like pours out towards you as you open the door, and it just seems like trash mixed with little bits of metal, a couple basic weapons and tools, armor pieces, bits of stone, wood, just anything that can be piled up.
They're just unkept sleeping chambers.
This looks like maybe a storage room for trash or some shit.
I wandered to the next room and just opened a peek inside.
Absolutely. As you open that door, we're going to map to a door. Boop.
Oh God!
Inside, you see a fire pit that is still lit, and on the center of the fire pit is a massive black pot. A heavy billow of black smoke comes out from the room as you creak open the door, and it just like wafts through the top side of the room. And it's covering the entire ceiling of this room. It's just a black smoke. It seems to be coming from this pot, as whatever's in it appears to be burning, and you see like this bubbling green liquid just kind of like oozing over the side of the pot.
Mage, this looks like your thing.
What? And I walk in and I'm like,
Bubbling
this looks
pot.
more like a potion maker's thing.
Mhm. Make a perception check for me.
Sure.
Anywhere, as you're making that statement.
I also want to cast Detect Magic, but
Absolutely.
20.
Nice.
Very nice. As you're kind of looking over this room, you see this kettle that's sitting, or this pot that's sitting on the fire. Obviously, the contents inside are green and bubbling, but they almost look like they've got like a layer of like burnt stuff on top. Almost like if you're looking like a French dip type soup or something like that. It looks like it's almost too much cooked on the top. On the wall, you also notice a number of crude tools. They might be cooking instruments. They could also easily be torture devices. You're not quite sure which. Crude nonetheless. And the smell of the smoke is just like this acrid, vile smell. Nothing in the room. Nothing magical in the room. Nothing in your detect magic gives off any vibes or weirds.
Okay. Is there
Do
anything
I
on
see
the
it?
table?
Yeah.
On the table. There's a table. There's a table.
There is the table, yeah. There might be a dead body on one of the tables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Table. Cute. On the table, you see a number of what appear to be different recipes. Laid out on the table, various chicken scratch and this, that, and the third. And as you kind of take a look closer, you notice it's recipes for the food that you had earlier. It's all the different courses and dishes are little papered out, written out recipes on this table.
Ooh.
I grab those recipes because actually you could cook.
Absolutely. And I'll say, for the sake
But
of it,
then-
5 recipes. I'll give them to you in a breakdown later if you need them.
Sure.
Hmm.
Or if you'd like them, I'll have to break that down
Yeah.
later. But
Looking at the pot, let's see what I got on me. Wait. So the tools on the wall.
Mhm.
Is there anything special about them, or?
nothing really. They look like crude cooking instruments or
This is the potion / chef's room.
likely. And there is a bit of dried blood on the ground near that table.
Right.
But it does seem to track with this being like a kitchen. If that makes sense.
So, looks like this is where
And
we got our food, unfortunately.
yeah, and when you're inside, you can see the closed door over here as well.
Right. I just fear that food may have been made out of something we may not have wanted to eat.
I'm sure it was. It was too good to be true. Also tells me that Strahd might have been BSing us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we could go back to the others. I don't know if we should tell them that we were probably eating something we don't want to be.
I mean, I'm standing writing the door.
Yeah, I was about
Well,
to say she would
do you concur with this?
Probably.
Not that you care, because you'd probably be fine eating it anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
Shade.
Leaving.
I just go through
probably
the
had
other door.
worse.
And then you come to the other door on the outside. And the torch that's sitting on the floor here is flickering out, but it is still burning.
I pick up the torch. Pick up the torch.
You get a torch.
I got a torch.
And now you have a torch.
And I actually and then I take a little bit of the oil and stuff, and I kind of redo the torch, and I just hand it over to, stick my hand out to Trovic, saying like, "Here, I got a torch for you."
Hurry up, torch.
Has a torch. And
Torch
now
get.
we give Trovic
Torch get.
Torchlight. Torch get indeed. Token emits light. Now Trovic is a torch.
Trovic is always a torch.
Trovic's a torch. Now Trovic is the source of the light.
So I just turn to Grim and go, "Well, I guess we could keep on moving forward, but," and I start pointing down, kind of like, "Guess we want to go down."
Yeah.
Is that staircase down?
That staircase goes up.
Yeah, no, there's a staircase this way.
Okay.
Doop.
Beep, beep.
Boop. Down we go.
So passing this dude, I do sense magic from him, right?
From the corpse, yes.
Yeah.
It's coming off of the necklace thing.
I could identify it, but it would take some time.
It would take an hour of time.
I could grab it for
10
the time
minutes,
being.
10 minutes.
No, it'd take 10 minutes.
You certainly
We're
could
on a
figure it out
little
later.
bit of a time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I just mentioned the group, like, this amulet with the weird eye is magical, if anyone wants to take it, I guess.
Not as good as gonna reach down.
Okay.
Pick it up and put it in this pocket of Melly.
All right. Then let's
Osgood's
head
not
that.
gonna leave a shiny random magic.
Yeah.
That's true.
Have you met Osgood? Like,
Yeah.
do something with it, or douse it in oil and throw it at somebody. So it'll
That-
work either
yeah.
way.
Oh shit! I just realized something. What happened to the guardian?
Oh,
He's
it's
still on the
upstairs.
floor above.
Yeah.
Okay, he's just there. Okay.
He sent it away.
He didn't give it any instructions of standing in that hall. As you go down this spiral,
Just want to make sure it wasn't still trying to get into that door.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. It's like
It's
squeezing
just slowly
one-
eating away at the door.
No, it's just dismantling itself one piece at a time to throw an arm down and another arm and a leg. Chuck itself down and then reassemble itself. Right about the time you're coming here, you just see like bits of metal falling down this chamber. Stairs. Stairs. Yes. All the stairs.
Down.
So yeah, this staircase down goes down. Ooh, that's a long ways. Another 70 or so feet, 70, 80 feet down.
Maybe
Descending.
we should just take in the elevator.
The elevator
this was
doesn't
the
go
bottom
any
floor.
further down.
Oh, okay.
That's where the elevator stopped. Yes. And now I get to do a thing. Oh no, I unloaded and reloaded. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Wouldn't be a Curse of Strahd stream without technical difficulty. Because that's an MTC Curse of Strahd stream.
That's roll 20.
No, I think it's me at this point. I think roll 20 is fine. I think after 30 sessions of effery, I don't think I can blame roll 20 for my mistakes anymore. I think I'm gonna man up and take some of these.
That's quitter talk. Always blame roll 20.
I always blame roll 20. Oh my goodness, I put you on a map and I didn't do a thing. And that's why you can't see a thing. And we're copying everybody, including Cat Blueness.
Cat blueness.
The cat that is Blueness. And we're putting you all on a staircase. Oh god. You can see the world and you shouldn't be able to see the world. Don't see
No,
the
we
world.
just see the I just see the staircase.
Oh,
I
good
just
for
see
you.
stairs.
Everybody else sees.
Oh, now I
That's
see the world.
stairs.
There you go. Now you're on the staircase. Have fun. Marching order on the staircase. Going down it.
I mean, I was going down it first, so.
Yeah, I think it was like me, or it was Bradwin, Kalma, me, and then everybody else.
And blueness is on my shoulder now, so.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So as these stairs continue to descend down, you spiral down and down and down about 70 feet or so. And then towards the bottom of it, the stairs that you're walking on descend into just like a blackness, like a still black water. And they continue forward into the water.
Not sure we want to step into water.
Savari
Action.
makes her way to Trovik and is now back on his shoulder.
And just in front of you where the water is, like you can see in front, it's like an arched hallway that goes straight.
Like,
Just for out of character sakes for MTC.
Yeah.
Doesn't Osgood have that thing that can get rid of water?
He does have that thing that can get water.
but how deep is this water? Is it like ankle deep?
If you want to test it, you sure can.
Sure, I
that's what it is.
pull my rapier and poke it.
Okay, it's like
I mean, better than stepping in it, probably. As you poke into it, the rapier sinks into it. How long is a rapier? Good question.
It's like
4 feet?
yeah, I would say 4 feet. No, actually,
yeah,
like,
the blade is probably like tip of your fingers to
The
your
blade length
elbow-ish.
is 104 centimeters or 41 inches.
A lot.
So
about
tip.
a little more
Yeah.
than 3 feet. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about three and a
I'd say
half
the
feet.
blade goes into about the hilt. About 3
Oh.
feet or
Oh,
That would be basically to our
Waist.
knees. It'd be ankle deep to maybe like Trovik.
so. Yeah, it's about 3
Yeah.
feet of water.
3
Everyone
feet
else.
of water. I'm 6 feet. That's like waist
Oh.
deep.
Oh yeah, that's real.
Yeah, but as you look in, the water doesn't seem to be disturbed other than when you crested the surface of it with the blade. It seems still.
Do we want to get wet?
20 feet ahead, you see what looks like 2 arches that kind of descend off to the left and the right of this straight hallway in front of you.
So there's water and descending stairs in the water.
Do we hear rushing water?
There's no rushing of anything. It's still and quiet. You hear the occasional drip from
Hang on. How
far
do we
down.
get?
You
How do
see
we-
arches here. You don't see stairs, but they descend down.
Okay.
Like you see the arches and like.
Okay.
I'm letting you know they descend downward. But you see
Gotcha.
2 arches here and here is what you would see on a straight line. And you can hear a drip maybe somewhere further down in here. That's just occasional, just like drip.
Yeah, I don't
Good.
think we want to be here.
As you all have gotten down to the stairs, and hear the drip in the water and the thing, right as you're about to turn, you would hear a muffled cry coming from somewhere on the south side. Like from the south arc.
But that would be going underwater.
I mean,
So confused.
let's see.
I mean, this hallway itself is. Let me make sure I'm giving you.
I mean,
the
it would take a
directions.
while, but I could make us a path.
I mean,
Can't I run on water?
Yes.
you can
You
run across
can.
water technically.
But if it's a descending staircase, that tunnel is eventually gonna go underwater.
Well,
Maybe.
shouldn't we test the bead from the necklace?
I mean,
Oh,
Ozzy
yeah.
got the necklace and he's kind of like holding on to it, and I can
Is-
click a
is-
bead.
This seems like a situation for that.
That's
Yeah.
Do we want to?
We heard a
There's
muffled
nothing wrong
scream.
with testing something.
Yeah, but why?
I mean,
To see
Hey,
how it reacts.
are we talking in character or in player right now?
'Cause if-
I'm
'cause
out
it-
of character
Out of
right
character.
now.
'Cause if it was
I'm
in
a
Out of
cat.
character, I totally want to see what's going on.
yeah.
But
in character.
as
Right.
in character, why are we messing with this?
Because I was about to say, all we're hearing right now, if it was in character, is Brandon
You just hear
talking to a
somebody
cat,
just-
and the cat going meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Yes.
why are we, as
Good
characters, why would we mess with this?
Because we're looking for the people.
They're, that tunnel is leading underwater. If the people are under there, they are dead.
Well, I
They
mean,
are
we know
drowned.
we know it goes deeper than this, right? So clearly,
Also,
like,
But
also
for
we
this
just heard
water
a
to not be moving,
also we heard a muffled scream.
It's like a muffled sound coming from the
So,
sound.
oh,
Yeah. It's like you can hear the sound of somebody who seems to be calling out for help. It's very not distant.
then those
but
stairs can't go
echoing.
down any more than a foot because
Mhm.
otherwise there would be no
I
sound
mean,
coming
you
through
can't
there.
see
Which
stairs,
is why I'm saying to test one of the beads.
Mhm.
we have lots of beads, don't we?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
My
yeah,
brain
dude.
is just going, "Ugh, this doesn't make sense right now."
It'll make sense in a second. Calm yourself.
Okay.
Trust
Okay.
the descriptive DM. Back in
Cool.
character.
In character, why are we messing with this?
In character,
Meow, meow, meow.
meow, 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 meow.
Camel's just like, I think I heard something. Maybe it's those people you need to help. Right? Vari? I'm looking at Catio. Do you think
Yeah?
they're here?
Yeah.
Okay. She hoofs at a cat form.
On Nim's shoulder.
No,
Oh,
I got up. I'm on
you
jumped
Trovic's
on
shoulder.
Trovic's
Shoulder.
Yeah, when she comes back, she's just sitting on his shoulder at this point.
Okay. So now there's a very tightly squeezed
Yeah.
tiefling sitting on a minotaur's shoulder in a tight spiral staircase.
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure we're aware of the image. That's fine.
Well, if the person that I need is down here, doesn't hurt to look.
Yeah. Also, if there's something in here waiting for us, it might be waiting for flashes. And I pull out my little ball bearing. I go, let's skip it and see what happens. See if something pops up.
Man with a million ball bearings and a million uses.
I got a lot of ball
I
bearings.
know, it's great. I love it.
Sure.
So, all right, Kamal just starts. He skips a ball bearing down like he's skipping a stone.
Mm-hmm.
See if it alerts anything.
Absolutely. As you skip the stone, or skip the ball bearing, it skips splashes 3 or 4 times, and then eventually down just past the hallway into whatever chamber's beyond it. After a moment, the water becomes still once again. It's the occasional drip in the distance.
Oh,
If
It's
you
just
have
a-
a way to remove the water,
Yeah.
just trying it.
That's good. Kind of like pulls off this necklace. I haven't used it for anything else. I'm wanting to try this, and kind of takes one of the little rocks off of it, if you will. And we're gonna use necklaces of thirst. It has beads. It has beads. It does a thing. What does necklace of thirst do? Play. So we can all see.
Well, I guess the question is how many of the beads are there?
Yeah, that's a good question. How much water fills this space? Anybody
Yeah.
ready to do some water math?
Sure.
Let's see.
Um,
This is 10 feet in D&D terms.
Yeah, square is 5 feet. So it can take 20 gallons of water and 50 feet of or within a range of 50 feet. So it could do not a lot of water. It's not going to get rid of all of it with
because
one.
because
Gallons
because
are going to be the heavy part.
yeah,
Let's see here.
especially if
Yeah.
they're 3 feet if it's 3 feet of water.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of water.
That 20 gallons is nothing.
No.
And 20 gallons, but he's got
Yeah,
7
20
beads,
gallons is like
so-
nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
40
nothing.
gallons.
20 gallons is like a big barrel.
I'm aware. If he cracks all the beads, it's 140 gallons.
Still not
Um,
enough. Like thousands of gallons down here.
No,
Yeah.
Like 1,000 gallons.
that's fair. It was a thought. You can waste them if you like him to waste. Or logically, if it wouldn't make sense, Osgood probably wouldn't use the item.
Well, how
Especially
about-
knowing what it does. And
Yeah.
y'all doing simple math in 5 minutes.
Kalmar just goes, how about this? I can run on this water. How about I run back and forth? And if something goes bad, I don't know, maybe Mage could grab me.
Sounds like a interesting proposition.
I mean, I don't have a ton of ability to get super far.
I mean, and since I heard that muffling,
Yeah.
Kalmar just gets to the edge and he just goes.
Yeah, it was coming from around here.
I just kind of blurt out. I go, scream again if you need our help.
jeez.
Make a performance check.
Jeez. This is.
Oops. Go back to my
Yeah, it's thaumaturgy too.
deck. Come on.
If you'd like to.
No,
Oh my
no.
god.
Performance of all the things.
Aren't you a tiefling?
Yeah, he is.
I am a tiefling. I have a -1 because I also have like an 8 in
Thaumaturgy.
charisma.
Thaumaturgy.
You got
Oh,
tiefling
yeah.
Spells, don't you?
I have thaumaturgy, but how much can I move with that?
Thaumaturgy
Huh?
doesn't.
Thaumaturgy is
restrict anything,
1
it just
minute.
Makes your voice loud.
It's just it just makes your voice louder.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You would need a
Oh.
performance check if you use thaumaturgy, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I always
You
forget
just
that.
make a.
I always forget I could.
The
actually
only difference
do
is you're making your voice booming in this stone
Yeah.
chamber, but you can.
Yeah,
use it
I'm so.
if you wanted
Let's
to.
It's
let's
gonna hurt our
let's
ears.
yeah. Just let me use snap thaumaturgy because I've used it before to do that. He would naturally do that just because reasons.
Mhm, Right. Okay.
Kalmar knows. DB Fig.
Yeah, not so much.
So as you do this, shout out into this hallway. It reverberates and it echoes quite loudly up this entire spiral. And you all hear this just back and forth. You wait for a moment listening after the echo kind of ends, and you just hear just a muffled like, "Someone there."
Oh.
Is it a
Please."
male voice?
It is a male voice.
Oh,
Please.
Savari
I'm
starts squeezing
trapped in here.
fast.
Oh god, this
Uh,
sounds like a dumb idea.
Question: from like the direction of the voice, do we know like where he would be located, or
It's coming from the south. This one. You're not. Sorry, visual thing.
This way?
one?
Yeah, that one. Sorry, I've been pinging and I'm on the fucking visual layer, so it doesn't do anything. Yes, the southern branch seems like where its sound is emanating from.
I mean, I
10, 15, 20 feet before you would get to the actual branch.
could get to him and come back with him.
Would you like?
I don't know if I have the strength to carry him. That's the problem.
I can come with you if
Well,
need
the thing
be.
is, like, Well, I mean, if we don't want to go in the water, I can get over there without going in the water.
Man, if only someone had that spider climb thing.
Mm,
Well, at least we know he's down here. We might as well just go, right? Wet or not wet.
Um,
Kamal pulls out his the hook part of the grappling hook.
mhm.
I go, I could also run on the wall, just use the grappling hook to hang
Very
on the
good.
wall.
Hmm.
And if someone's there, then I have no problem getting wet, but
so tempted to just step into the water.
I mean, it's waist high water. You're more than welcome to.
I
Waist high, at least for you.
first thing I'm gonna do is switch to a werewolf form.
Okay.
Kamal just he pulls up, just like
What do
said,
you
the
guys
hook
do?
part of the grappling hook, and he's going to just monk shit this, and he's gonna run across the wall and
Mhm.
just like old school NES Ninja Gaiden,
Mhm.
jump on the wall with a grappling hook. So he's not in the water. He's just kind of like,
Yep.
because I'm assuming the walls are just brick and easy to.
Yeah, I mean, they're stone.
Yeah.
Safari asked Brynwood if she could switch places with her.
I mean,
Sure, sure.
I'm thin as a rake, and you could easily push past me.
Well,
Especially if Kelmon's
visually,
run across the
Yeah,
wall.
you get
Yeah.
room as Kelmar takes off on the wall and you swap
Yeah,
positions.
I'm just taking off on the wall. I'm just like,
Okay. So which wall are you running on, left or right?
I'm on the left wall,
Okay, left wall going toward there.
so that way I could see down the hall. You know.
Yeah. Good. I got you. Okay.
I look completely nervous, but Safari steps one werewolf foot into the water.
Alright. You stepping forward?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you step one werewolf foot into the water, it's extremely cold.
Ooh,
But
cold water.
other than that,
Do
Water.
I see any?
as you're running
that-
along the wall, you don't see anything. It's still almost mirror black water below you, and you are running on the wall to.
Well, wouldn't I be able to see down the hall? Like, cause I have night.
Oh, down the hall. Yes, down the
yeah.
hall. Yes. So as you see down the hall, the archway is like right here basically, and then the hallway itself slants slightly downward, probably at about like a 15-degree grade or less.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes in and then stops at what appears to be a door. The door is made of wood. It does seem to have iron bar, like it's an iron lattice door, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, there is like a hole in the top of it with iron bars going straight down.
Okay.
Seems to be where the sound was emanating from.
And I look around the walls. Is there more stuff easy for me to grapple onto?
Really smooth walls. I mean, it's only about. The ceiling here is not that high. It's. I'm trying to think. Apologies. Ceiling is not that high, and the walls aren't that tall per se. I mean, it's not really anything to grab onto on the wall. You're just kind of like running up the wall and over the wall at this point. And you are.
Well, that's why I have
just
my
letting the
grappling
wall
hook.
do
Because
some
that's what I was
grabbing.
saying. I had my grappling hook, and I was like just
Are you
using it to leverage myself on the wall. So I'm just like I'm not even on the water. I'm just like just
right,
hovering
right,
on
right.
the wall,
So
like
you're just,
mountain climber
hooked
wise.
onto the wall. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Not really much to hook onto. I mean, even digging this thing into the wall was probably feeding of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of grapple spots. The door is about 3/4 submerged in the water, as is the one behind you.
Okay.
Both of these places go down the same way.
I just look at Savari. I'm just like, there's a wooden door down there. So if you wanted to go in there and open it up, I got your back.
Okay.
Okay.
She asked Osgood if she could borrow the necklace of thirsts.
You hands it over.
All right, have it on me.
Mhm.
And I start making my way through.
As you're making your way through, when you get about lined up with Kelma and you're about waist deep, maybe a little less than waist deep because you're werewolf form, you step forward another 5 feet or so, And fun stuff. All of you standing in the hall and Kelma on the wall, you see around Savari in almost like a square shape, just like an explosion of water that like comes up from beside her almost, and it's almost like a releasature of air. It's just like this explosion happens. Savari, your feet lose contact with the floor beneath you as you're stumbling through this hallway of water. I need you to make a dex save for me,
All right.
please. And I think your stats stayed the same in werewolf form, right? So I didn't change that. Is there music playing for anyone, or is mine?
Yeah, I hear music. It's very light, but it's there.
Yeah, there's music here.
Cool.
11.
Ooh,
Lame.
no, the bad one. And immediately all of you see Savari just disappear into the water.
A minute. Like, do I see that something broke underneath her feet?
I'd say you don't see something break underneath her feet per se. You just see her like fall straight down into the water and like this explosion of like water kind of like flying up around her and just like this like and then as you kind of like look through it, she's sinking into the floor.
Can
almost.
I just go down and just try to grab her hand as like, because I was at the ready looking for anything, but I was just like,
Right. Let's make an acrobatics check. But
sure. I mean,
it's
it's fair.
high DC, yeah.
17.
Not quite enough, my friend. DC was 19.
Ah,
She's gone through the floor. And she is gone as the water begins to slightly settle. Pardon me, I need to do a thing because a thing and a thing, and I've got things.
Does that mean there's water in here now?
A little bit of the water seems to have gone out of the room, and then it seems to settle once again. But I've now lost my page because of pages. I love all the pages. It's so good. There we go. Boom. And boop. There we go. Ooh, that's no fun for anyone. Excellent. Luna, did you see that?
Yep, I see.
Cool. Okay, perfect.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Super fun. Yep. And as you reach out to grab this werewolf, just sinks out of your grip and falls into the floor as the water begins to settle around that spot.
Kelma just like merely blurts out to the group. I'll go, Wolf Girl fell into water.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we saw.
And I'm just kind of looking like, should I go after her?
This
There
is
is
fun.
Kelma
No,
takes a deep breath and he's just like,
What Kelma do?
fuck.
What can I do?
Yeah, he takes a deep breath and then he just jumps in the water to that spot.
To that spot? Are you diving in? Okay.
Yeah.
As you dive into the water and go down to that spot, you're holding your breath, you're diving in, smooth break, the water's ice cold. But as you get down to that spot, you run into a stone floor, like a stone panel.
I pop back up from the thing and I'm just like, you just hear like, she's just gone. Fucking place.
Yeah, nothing like, and even as you're standing in this spot and you can step forward and stand on where she was standing, it's solid. You'll see Kelma submerge and come back up. Just no luck. Shavar, Savari.
Yes.
What you see is in the same place as you are, about 2 feet or so from you, to the left-hand side, is the corpse of what appears to be a half-elf in leather armor. And you are in this area up to your neck in water. Like, just a heads up. Like, the entire area is probably about 5 feet deep water.
Do I hear any
I mean, you would hear the
sound of
splashing
water?
coming from outside this direction.
What do I hear? Like any water like rushing?
No. Everything's stagnant as far as that goes.
Okay.
Everything in here is quiet. However, you do see a glowing coming from Mir, and I don't know if that's actually glowing like it should be, but it should be. Yes, it is glowing like it should be. It seems to be coming from under the water over here, past a bunch of bars and things.
Okay.
And clearly there are bars in front of you as well.
Sort of move towards the bars. Yeah, pull them apart.
Absolutely. You can certainly try. Make a strength check or an athletics check. And while you're doing that, people in the hallway.
I cast Thaumaturgy again, and I just blurt out, like, "Wolf Girl! Are you around here?"
Once again, echoing through the entirety of this spiral in the castle. Savari, you would hear that.
So,
I mean, from what you can see, I'm gonna move these, but they're metal bars for the most part. So anything you see dashes and lines of, that's what it is. That's gonna look really weird, but there you go. Yeah. And you can see, right? Like, you see those little black circles? Those are
yeah, I see.
on the floor, yeah. Alright, then I'm just gonna get rid of all these because that's a tedious time waster. Boop, boop. Oh no. I don't know if that's on that layer or not, but anyway. Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Right, I'm able to pull the bars apart.
Yes, you are. Absolutely.
I
And
would
even as
use-
you're submerged, you just wrench these bars apart.
I would use Thaumaturgy to yell back up and say, "I'm okay, I think."
And you all would hear that coming from the north direction, so from behind you, Kelma.
So, like, up this hallway.
Yes, that hallway.
I just look at the group. I go, "Well, there's someone yelling that down that way. Wolf Girl's up this way. I don't know about you guys, but probably should go get Wolf Girl."
That's good. Just kind of looking baffled at this entire thing, hands on his hips.
I just peek around the corner, and I climb back up to on the wall again, because that's the only part that like I was able to grab is like this hallway section, and I just peek around the corner to see if there's anything.
Yeah, it's another wood door, same as the one below. Staircase goes down same way.
Is the walls on there smooth as well, or do you think
smooth
I could?
walls all the way around. You're gonna have to like get in the water to jam this door open, I feel.
Gotcha. All right.
Or attempt to anyway.
Okay.
But Savari, you do manage to get the bars open.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just 5 out of the 8 feet tall of this room is underwater, so.
Okay. I'm just like, at this point, Kelmo's just through with this. He just goes there and just opens the door.
I need you to make a strength check, as this thing is wedged in frame and also clogged.
That is definitely not mine. Find out.
So we have 2 barbarians in the party.
Hey, 19.
Not bad. Not bad for a one-eyed fat man. Yeah, you were able to unwedge it from the frame and pop it open, and as you do so, a heavy gasp of just like bubbles and things emerges from the gap. And as you kind of open this door here, mirror and a mirror door, boom, you are looking in on what appears to be some sort of a jail cell or one of the many parts of a dungeon. And you can see Savari kind of wading, like neck above the water, but like wading through the water as she's just like pried open what appears to be a jail cell that she was stuck in.
Does the water level drop when he opens the door?
Not much. This is descended, so like the water is still the 3 feet where it was in the other hall, but this room
Okay.
is like 2 feet lower than that, so it's still 5 feet of water. Just kind of shifts when he opens the door a little bit, but it doesn't really descend that much.
Do I see Avari now?
Yeah, I mean you can see her.
Okay. I just
Her
go.
head's above water for sure.
I go. Hey, swim over here.
Okay.
And you, Kalmar, now would also notice a glowing in the bottom right corner of this room. Mirror. The light source coming off. I know you all have dark vision, so you can't see it, but light source.
Okay.
It is.
He starts swimming that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you swim, and easily enough you're able to wade over and make it to the door. Nothing in the water seems to be harassing or harming you all at the moment.
You said there's something glowing?
Yes, there is a bright glowing that you can see even like through this almost mirror dark water, glowing under the water about here-ish in this particular cell.
Like this cell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fine. Damn it, lighting. Shit. Yes, this cell. Sorry, I'm on the pages.
Zavari sees it and she puts her head underwater to see. Well, she can see it better.
Yeah. And as you put your head underwater, eyes open, you see the shape of a blade. Looks like a short sword. Sitting on the bottom of the cell. And that is the source of the light. The blade is glowing from hilt to point.
Does it have a shade? A color of light?
Oh, it's a yellowish white.
Yellowish white. Is there anything other than the sword in there?
Just the sword.
Okay, Savar is going to pull the bars of the cell.
And I'm gonna just look out down the hall just in case.
Absolutely. Make a strength check for me, Savari.
No athletics this time. Just strength.
Oh, athletics, yeah, absolutely. Sure, athletics. It's the one roll that strength is used for, might as well.
Whoa! That didn't work.
No, didn't work much.
Savari just waves him over because she's struggling.
Yeah, I was about to say, you try and pry the bars and just no give on these.
Kalma's like, what gives?
Not these bars.
Yeah, not these bars.
Sorry.
You need help breaking bars?
Apparently.
Okay, so come on.
Would you give me advantage or?
Yeah, I'll give you the advantage on it. If he's going to help you try and pry these doors, that makes sense.
Okay.
Advantage. Or kill my roll flat. So.
Well, no. I mean, Zavari has advantage.
Yeah, them bars is no issue for two muscly people with rage tactics. And you all managed to pry these bars clean off the frame after yanking at them with all of your might in werewolf form and angry monk form. And you can access the blade on the bottom if you wish.
Yep, I go and grab it.
Absolutely. And as you pick it up, it feels warm in your hand, but it's a very nice blade. As you pull it out of the water, it is glowing brightly.
You found a glowy stick. Good job.
Oh, a glowy stick. That'll help.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it back and head this way.
Okay.
Wait.
And your glowy stick, and now I need to make you glowy because you have a glowy stick.
I get to the end of the hall. I just look down and go, "We found a glowy sword, and I found Wolf Girl."
Glowy sword. Right, no, she has a glowy sword. Yeah.
Did you still want to go to the other door or get out of this water?
Still go to the other door.
Fine. And I go to the door, but I cast Thaumaturgy on the door this time. So if it's unlocked, it will open.
So as you all are walking forward across this water, casting Thaumaturgy and saying your thing, Kelma, you take 2 steps forward and continue to walk toward the door. Savari, you take 2 steps forward. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Cool. Let's go down. That's great.
Jesus.
I really hope she ends up in the same prison again. She just keeps on warping. The prison.
That will be hilarious. I love all of them.
It's good. It's really fun.
Oh, 2 15s.
Hey.
Nothing else. I don't think. Is there enough?
I don't know. You're the DM.
Let's see the D. No, I gotta find the DC. I'm sorry. I'm looking at 3 things.
Gotcha.
On pages.
And if she warps again, I will just go to grab her again.
Yeah, no, of course. But warping may not be to the same
I will
place.
literally pull apart all the bars.
You can pull apart all the bars to your heart's content. But that's a thing, and that does a thing. And that does...
You know, maybe we should probably stab forward with your quarterstaff instead of just walking, you know?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Or use my ball bearings again. Shoot them out.
I don't know if those would help.
And shaboop.
Oh,
And she falls through the floor again. More water erupts and then settles.
Okay. But you said I could still try to grab her again, right?
Sure.
Because you said it was a high DC, but I
It's
figured...
more fun if you don't, but sure. Yeah.
16
try and grab
isn't
it.
enough.
Not
Oh, look
20.
at that.
And you manage to grab her. And Savari, as you're falling through the floor and reaching up and grabbing out towards Kelma's hand, you look below you, and for just a brief moment, you can see what appears to be like a purple portal.
Oh my god.
And you manage to get dragged out of it as some of the water sinks down into this hole and then stops sinking into the hole. And the both of you kind of notice as the stone slab kind of resets itself in the floor. And it's
I grab her by her horns and I'm like,
you're here.
watch where you step.
I literally slap his hand away. Please. You wouldn't want me to grab your horns. Just saying.
I just look at her and go, watch where you step. And he just ignores. He pulls out his quarterstaff and he starts like tapping any square in front of him.
Absolutely. You make it the rest of the way to the door, tapping the floor. Nothing seems to get in the way. And it is another wedge door. You said you thaumaturgied and something?
Yeah, I was, because if the door's unlocked, I could thaumaturgy at any door to open it.
Open
Right.
it, yes. Swing it open is another story. It's submerged in water, like you're going to use force regardless.
Okay.
Because I understand thaumaturgy opens doors just like in random space, but it's
Okay. Gotcha.
I think it's a little different. I might have to look at
Open.
thaumaturgy actually, but yeah. Make an athletics check for me, either one of you, or one with advantage if you wish.
I'll do it with advantage.
I love everybody just standing on a staircase. Like,
This is
We don't want any of
weird.
that shit.
15.
Yeah, you're able to check open the door easy enough. Gaynor, is detect magic still running, or is that?
Sure is.
Okay.
Because I started it when we were in the cooking room, so I'm sure it hasn't been like
That's
10
right.
minutes by now.
You did. I apologize.
Yeah, because we technically haven't been in this water for long.
No, you haven't. That's fine.
Yes, it's very funny
I
how
apologize.
much
I
happens
wanted
in a
to
few
get it right.
minutes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. So you would have sensed a magic key from here, up in that room where they just come back from. But now it's a magic key that's on Savari. So, and you would
moving.
also sense a magic key from somewhere down in this direction.
Okay.
Do you sense through walls?
Yeah,
Uh,
30
It's
feet
just
of me.
the lead that stops it, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like a
correct.
circle around them, right?
Three
Right.
feet
It's 30
of
feet
stone,
around, but like anything blocked by a inch
3
of lead
feet
or
of
whatever.
wood. Yeah, foot of stone, inch of common
Foot of
metal,
stone.
a thin
Okay,
sheet of
yeah,
lead.
you wouldn't sense it. Never mind.
Okay.
I apologize. Yeah, stone was the caveat. Okay. But as you jam open the door, you are presented with yet another set of cells. Another 4 on each side. This room also, as you kind of like descended down these steps and into it, you are about 5 feet submerged underwater. And you can hear just like the splashing and movement of somebody down in the farthest cell on the right hand side.
I just yell out. I go, "Is this you?"
I'm. Are you here to help? I don't understand the question.
she calls out and says, Emil? See if he responds in any sort of way.
Who's there?
People in water right now. Who are you?
You called my name.
There's your
Emil!
answer.
Woo!
Could you please? And sounds like he's not in the best position. As he's talking, you can hear just like the chatter of his teeth in his voice.
Sure.
There are, like I said, 8 cells. But you
Is
can see
there anything for me to climb up on, or is it not a very?
No, I mean 5 feet of water, 3 feet of ceiling.
Gotcha. I didn't know how high the ceiling was.
Yeah, it's 8-foot ceiling secure.
Gotcha.
It descended down into this little jut, but it's not pleasant to say the least. I mean, there are iron bars you can use to like climb through the water more or less and make your way.
Yeah, I mean, at least it means kind of just drag myself around. So
Yeah. I mean, usually enough y'all can get to the back of it and drag yourselves around. So
I guess I'll just start doing that.
Yeah, I can swim. I don't have to touch the floor.
I mean, for sure, it's a matter of what you do, you know. But as you kind of pull yourselves through this set of prison cells, you're making your way back to the guy relatively quickly as he's just kind of seeming to try and keep his head above water. As you make it back to the cell and you see a dark-skinned male, maybe 40s, bald head, seems very very injured, very beaten up, almost as if tortured at some point, and you can just see he's like trying to keep himself above water. He's like holding onto the bars extremely tightly.
It's like this one.
Yeah. Sorry, I got you. You don't see that because of these things, because of shitty bars. And you can see guy in bars. You know what? We're getting rid of all these. Tired of them. They don't work. They should work, but they don't work. And
There you go.
Savari, immediately upon seeing him and knowing who he is, pulls apart the bars.
Make an athletics check with advantage because you are now all pulling towards the bars. Yeah, and with a decent bit of work, too, you can start to separate some of these bars. Yeah, and you were usually able to separate them as the man kind of like keeps holding onto the bars, trying to float and support himself, but
Yeah,
he's
she
keep himself
helps
up.
him swim back
Absolutely.
towards the door.
For sure, for sure. And as you all are kind of swimming back, just as you kind of look left and right in some of these cells, you notice what appears to be a wizard. Um, Somebody with a wizard's hat and a robe is just kind of like chained up to the back of one of the walls. Most of them obviously submerged because this entire place is underwater, but just like their head sticking out, and
Do they look alive or they're just dead?
they're not
Yeah.
breathing. It's corpses.
Okay, just making sure.
And then you see what looks to have one point been a small halfling that seems to have been strung up by chains from the ceiling in a closer cell. And their head is underwater and that body is not moving. Yeah.
Wow.
As they open the door, I think your detect magic would count, Gaynor. You would sense
Yeah.
in that room. Right, mirror. Oh no, yeah, I'm not dynamically lighting, so there we go. Right around mirror, you would sense something.
Like I could sense it through whatever's.
Because the door is
Here?
open, I would say it's.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If there's a open, walkable path to it, I feel like you would sense it, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if it's obstructed, that's another.
It'd be kind of like opening a door. It'd be like opening a door and seeing light.
Right, that's what I mean. That's how I feel it too.
So Kelma just starts looking at the corpses and seeing if there's anything. Looks like if there's anything interesting on any of them. So he's just going through looking at the halfling, the wizard, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're looking at the corpses and you're looking through, you would also notice that there is a corpse. Well, actually, you probably. Yeah, no, you would see this too. In this cell closest, there is a corpse of a half-orc. Seems to be strung up along the iron lattices in the wall on this side as well. Obviously also dead, long dead. And as you're kind of just looking over some of these corpses and their bodies, you do see the handle of something sticking out of the water. Even this 5-foot deep water in this cell with the orc, there is a jet black handle sticking about.
I just look at Savar and go, "Hey, not glowing, but I see something cool in there. Want to go check it out?"
Sure. She's all for it. And another check to just wrench open the doors.
Make an athletics for me, one last.
Have advantage. There you go.
Absolutely. And if you pry back these doors, you're able to grab the handle of this thing, and it is heavy. Like, whatever's on the other end of this handle is heavily weighted. You can lift it, you can move it, but it's...
Okay, so just make sure I could actually move it, right?
Yeah, like she can move it, you can move it.
Okay.
She'd have an easier time moving it than you would, but it's...
I just
like the handle point of something, and the rest of it's underwater.
I just look at her, I go, you want to switch? I could swim with your friend. This thing is really heavy.
Yeah, and she hands him off.
And you swap a mill. Easily enough. And sorry, if you'd like, you can drag this, whatever this is, out of the water with you.
I drag.
And as you all make it back out the door, dragging this, whatever it is, it's still submerged.
Away from that one spot.
Away from that one spot and the other spot.
Yeah. Go up around.
Come on. Did you get to that spot?
Oh no, and he has him.
As you stepped onto that particular square, as Savari's dodging the 2 squares that she had done, you just make a dexterity saving throw for me, my guy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, there's these traps. You're hitting every one of them on the particular squares you're walking on.
Hold on.
Oh no!
Yeah, but here's the thing. I get advantages on saves.
Yeah.
21.
Oh, good.
You're able to hop off of the pit before yet another square flies out of the floor.
That would have been hilarious and inconvenient.
Inconvenient.
And you manage to make it back to the staircase itself.
And look what we found.
And the man is coughing and like trying to like catch his breath, and he's obviously
Right, now we
drained
need-
and worn.
Now we
Wait,
need to
what?
sneak him through a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't need to go through the entire castle. I know a place where he could just sit until I can get back to him.
I'm gonna do a medicine check on him to see if I could help him out any way.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to warm him.
Okay, so you do a prestidigitation to start warming him up magically. Medically, he's almost on the verge of like hypothermic. He's not doing too hot. The
Gotcha.
heat from Gaynor is helping, but he's been submerged for a while. Like, you're not sure how long he's been in this cell. You're not sure how long these cells have been flooded, but you are aware the water was ice cold.
I got some extra traveler clothes. Does
Yeah,
is
I mean,
he?
you can find him dry enough clothes easy enough.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like I will try to put some type of take off the wet clothes he has and just try to put on like clothes.
Absolutely.
He looks like Will Smith.
Wow.
And actually, we are right around the time we should take a break. So as you get Mill dressed and checked out and realize that he is very cold and almost hypothermic, so we're going to take our first break.
Woo!
And we'll go on break.
All
We'll come
right.
back in about 10 minutes, guys.
Just want to thank everybody for hanging out. Just hang out for another 10 minutes, folks, and we'll be back with the second half of this session of Curse of Strahd. And guess we get to learn more about the person that Blueness thinks looks like Will Smith. We'll be right back. Welcome everybody to the second half of the Curse of Strahd session 34. Throwing it to you, MTC.
All right. So, as you all get over to the stairs, kind of stabilize Emil a little bit, get him a little warmer, give him some drier clothes, and begin to kind of tend to this man on the staircase. The water is once again settled. And as Savari is getting out of the water, dragging behind her werewolf form, this large black handle, the thing it's attached to is Medus. And I don't think I have a handout without a name. I might have a handout without a name. I have a handout without a name. I'm gonna make it a name. Big X. It's got a name.
Ooh.
It's Big X.
Oh,
Massive.
Big is a big axe.
And it's Big X.
Is that the thing that had the magical presence?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
that's pretty.
Magical axe.
Big X.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rovik. A new toy? Maybe?
Or something for your pet.
That sounds fun.
Oh.
And also glowy sword.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Which does emerge with a glowy sword and a big axe.
I mean, I can always identify them later, but
Hmm.
don't think I have time just to sit around and look at shit.
And
Yeah.
kind of, as he's now grasping everything, he just kind of looks at you, Savari, and just. What is Zuleika? Where is she? Why is she not here?
We wanted to not make ourselves seem suspicious as we were wandering through the castle.
So she is here.
She is here, and I will bring her to you. However, you're going to have to sit somewhere for a while.
Doesn't the elevator lead up?
It
Sure does.
does.
And that's just up these stairs.
Yes.
Maybe he could just sit in the elevator?
Or we could maybe get him. I don't know
Well-
how far up it goes.
The way in that I came in is near the elevator as well.
So,
Okay.
But
Yes and no. Yes.
Yes and no?
So you came in through a doorway on the main floor with everybody else on the back side of the castle. Down the staircase, across the thing into the elevator hallway. So yeah, right. So your entrance is a floor below the elevator bottom. Yes. You are correct in that. The elevator does go all the way to the top because that's where you came out from and met the party at the room. You all are aware of that. Yes. So, just for like a spacing and everything, but it's near the elevator is a relative statement. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
The elevator can be on 5 different floors. Yes, near the bottom of the elevator is close to where she snuck in at and probably has a way out at.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to remember things and I was trying to figure out what room everybody was in because I've run this castle for 3 weeks
yeah.
now.
But did you were on this elevator before?
Yes, that's why there's a dead body there. I told you I grabbed the dude that trapped me in the elevator and pulled him through the bars. His body.
Yeah. So I'm trying to okay, out of character. I'm trying to work out if I know that this thing goes up to where our rooms are.
That's where it stopped.
Well, she climbed out of a trapdoor in the ceiling of the elevator floor of the portrait room. Right outside of y'all's quarters. So
Yeah.
Kelma and Kelma and somebody, I think Osgood maybe saw that.
Yeah, I saw her coming out of the
Yeah. But I don't know if
trapdoor.
that's relayed to everybody that she came out of a trapdoor in the floor.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't think there's that.
just trying to figure that out because, of course.
Well, while they're talking, I mean, does she? If Savari mentions the trap door or something, I'll mention like, yeah, the one that came from the hallway.
Yeah, she explains it.
So
So that it makes
we could get him up to our room,
but we
unhide
still have
him
to
there. Yes, but it gives us a minute to think. And
Yeah,
that's where your friend is anyway, so we've got to go up there anyway.
sounds like a
Mhm.
plan. Let's go up there then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm also
And-
just walking up the stairs.
Grudging,
Yep.
helping Emil up the staircase. You all, one at a time,
Boom.
back up the spiral 80 feet to the staircase that continues to wind further upward, but also the elevator square that you've come from. Main hallway and everything else. Going up the elevator, I guess?
Yeah.
Yep.
Taking the entire thing all the way back up. So, in the interest of everything, you all managed to pile into the elevator. It's a tight fit with the extra body, but manageable. Did anybody take the axe and the sword, or we just...
Yeah, I still have the axe and the sword on me, unless Trovik took the axe.
It's up to Trove it.
Sure. I don't know what it does yet.
Nope,
Cutscene.
yeah,
It's got a
I have
blade.
glowy sword as well.
Yeah, you have
It's a
glowy
pretty
sword.
axe.
Nice. It's very fancy.
Fancy.
As you kind of take a look at the axe, the part where the tongues kind of come out of the mouths of the dragon-looking serpent type things, there's like a little indentation, and it's interesting. It's weird. It's almost like a little hole in that tongue piece. You kind of take the blade and look at it for a second, but you take the blade and you all continue up the spirally stairs, up the elevator for ease of time. We're gonna go swoop up. That's a lot of feet. And
Swoopty
eventually the elevator does stop at the top of the elevator. However, none of the metal portcullises drop, and there is no, like, all you see when the elevator finally stops at the top is just stone on the two sides that are open, and then the two sides of the elevator that are obviously already stone. And of course, the hatch has still been in the ceiling, and if it opened up, it would lead to the portrait room on the 4th floor of the castle.
Okay.
But easily enough, you can heave-ho people up, and for the sake of everything, we'll say you're back on the portrait room floor.
heave.
And I'm going to copy all of you because it's way easier. Copy. And we're at floor 5, question mark, maybe? Floors? Is it floor 5? I think it's floor 5.
I don't know. Is it 4 or 5?
Shall see. Floor 5.
No.
And it's not floor 5.
Oh,
We almost had it. One of these days. It would be 6, wouldn't it? Of course it would. What's it?
Hey.
Hey. And the Shield Guardian is not here. I'm gonna move him off the thing for now. So down in the hallways. And the rogue is dead.
the rogue is dead.
And you all come out of the floor about near. And the portrait is chilling.
Does it still have its eyes closed?
Yes, the eyes are closed.
Awesome.
I just put myself at the bottom of the stairs just to kind of look up to see if I hear anything coming down or anything.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. I need to give Trevor the right token because I've changed things since the last. I don't. You can see. That's a proper size Trovic, and that's where Trovic is.
Yep, Savari would go into the room.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, easily enough, you can all make your way into the room. Do you do?
Boop, boop.
If you wish, or if not to wish. That is the question. Emil is going to get dragged in somewhere too. And he's in here. With Zuleika. And as he kind of breaches the door and like you're kind of carrying him up here and helping him out, and he kind of comes through the door. You see the woman across the room just like almost exclaim in a bit of joy and just kind of like shout out to Emil as she runs over and checks on him to make sure he's okay. And it's extremely touching. For a brief moment, it's just like he's back with her. You can see the joy of she thought she wasn't going to see him anymore, and now it's a different fate for the most part. And Emil. Oh no!
Oh, wow. Whoa. That feels huge.
Oh my god! I hate this.
Emil,
That's a big boy.
that's a big Will Smith.
Oh god.
Don't hate on Big Will Smith.
He's not called Big Willie for nothing.
Oh my god, this is totally don't ever do this to yourselves, guys. Yeah, so as they kind of like catch each other and embrace, very happy to see each other.
As touching as this is, we all really need to go.
Zuleika kind of looks at you and just nods in complete agreement, like, yeah, you need to. We need to find a way to get out of here alive and quietly.
We can
Very
go
quietly.
back the way we came out and tell the plan of going back down the elevator and out where we came in.
Kind of thinks for a moment. She's like, sounds like the safest way. You sure you can operate the elevator to get it back down?
Yes, I have observed
Yeah.
how to work the elevator.
It's just kind of gonna boy step. I can get you down, no problem. Da, 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 da. So that's good. Imagine Osgood things in this spot. I'm not good with Osgood stuff. I should be, but easily enough you can get the elevator back to where it needs to be. Is Here's a question. As
No.
Emil and Zalika kind of prepare themselves for, patching Emil up, taking care of him for a moment and resting for a quick moment.
Savari turns to the party and says, "It's clear to me that you guys are obviously not from here, as you told me, but if there's a way that I can get home, just like you guys would be able to get home, would you allow me to come with you?"
Come on, plops on the couch in the back, and he's like, he looks at her, he's like, yeah, this place sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, hopefully when we're all done, everyone can leave.
Emil kind of looks at you and he looks at Savari and he just kind of sighs a little bit. And it's wishful hoping. Just anybody getting out of here is thinking for the birds at this point. It's not going to happen. He kind of looks at you all. I'm grateful for your help. Thank you. I would be dead if it weren't for you.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what
Speaking of that,
have.
we may have to have a discussion about some orphans.
He kind of looks around. It's like, so like, what are they talking about? He kind of looks at him and so, gotcha. So, Zuleka kind of looks at Emil and begins to explain that Kirill, his rival, had the werewolves attack Valaki and kidnap all of the children that they could muster and find, and she had made a deal with Savari that the remainder of the captured children from previous raids and things could be freed if we were able to find and save you. And Emma just kind of looks back, and a little bit of a frown and a grimace comes on his face, and he just kind of nods. He raises his head and looks at you all, looks at Savari. Well, he's not going to be happy about this. Actually, probably lock me back in that dungeon again if he can catch me, but... Kind of looks over to Zuleika. You made a deal in my absence? We honor our deals. And it sounds like you all have dispatched of Kirill. Looks over at Trovic. I'm gonna yada yada in the fact that she explained to him the goings on that you all already know. But I'm gonna look over at Trovic. I guess I have you to thank for that.
I
Makes my
suppose
job
so.
running the place a lot easier. Yeah, I think that's something we can discuss. I think that's a fair trade. No point to keep all the children. I don't know why they'd raid the village in the first place. Seems like a foolish thing to do. You've been getting on just fine for years.
I mean, they did lose quite a few men doing it.
Mm-hmm. Smiles.
You see Emma just kind of look with a bit of disgust on his face. It's not your fault.
Nope, it's not.
You can almost see he was on the verge of getting upset and mad, but his rationale comes into his head. It's not your fault. They were following Kirill's orders. He kind of looks at you and their blood was on his hands, not yours.
And now his blood is somewhere in the fields of Lackey. So, guess you could go back and take care of business.
For sure. Very well. We'll make it happen. We'll see to it that anyone who was taken is properly returned. No worse for wear. He kind of looks over at Zuleika and again at Savari. Huh? If we can safely be off, we shouldn't linger around here too much longer.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm checking every couple of days or so, see if I was still down there, so I'm not wise to not be in that spot. And he kind of begins to walk towards the door. Kind of looks at you all. One more nod of thanks and the appreciation as he kind of stumbles over, and Zuleika looks at the group. We are in your debt. Thank you. And kind of looks at Savari. You're more than welcome to come with us. Obviously, we could still use your help getting out, and getting him home is not going to be easy.
Of course, I'll.
Don't see any reason for you to stay here, unless you have a death wish.
Yes, I am a surprise guest.
I guess we'd be off. Unless anybody has anything further they want to say. The werewolves along
Not to the werewolves. Kelma I'm assuming they're kind of like walking by us at the
Yeah,
moment.
Passive.
I grab Zavari by the arm real quick, and I'm just like, "Hey,
Yeah?
you guys have any money, just in case you need ins or anything?"
I thought you were about to-
Uh,
Sorry.
I need a small business loan.
money isn't really a thing that I have on me.
And I pull out about 100 electrum,
Mhm.
and I put her in her hand. I go, from one kinsman to another.
Mm.
Be careful. And then I kind of flick her in the forehead, and I go, watch your step again.
Mhm.
Then I just sit back down in the thing and sit down.
Before he sits back down, she just punches him in the face.
Make an unarmed attack just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun, just to see if I actually land.
Yep.
I don't know if I will. Net 20! That's great. It's perfect. It's 8 right there.
However you want to. Jesus.
Yeah, as soon as he flicks her in the head, puts the money in, she just punches him in the face.
Wham. Come on, you. Yeah. Giant white werewolf fist is interesting when it hits you in the face. Hurts a little bit. But,
Yeah. I just look at her and smile. I just like, I said, watch your step.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And next time, use a sword if you're gonna swing at somebody, because you don't hit that hard. And I sit, I sit down on the couch.
Well, in reality, I didn't want to hurt you that badly.
Mhm.
Kamal just has like this dumb smile on his face.
Mhm.
He's just abused.
Always
Yeah.
been abused.
Zavari leads them towards the trapdoor, lets them in,
Absolutely.
goes back to the group and says, "See you when it's time to leave, I guess." And she hops in.
Absolutely. And Asuka's just gonna kind of farewell, I guess, and he's gonna do what it takes to start to, or show you what it takes to start to operate the mechanism to take it back to the floor you needed to go to.
Yep.
And as the trapdoor is still swung open, you all looking down, the elevator slowly begins to descend. Savari and the two werewolves inside of it, down to the darkness, dark, deep, and eventually out of view. Alright. And
Eve.
Savari, I still have things for you in a moment. So.
Oh, the sword! I gave
Oh.
them the sword!
Yeah, he gave him the sword and the axe.
Did you?
Thank you.
Who'd you give the sword?
I understand it. The Gaynor.
Yeah, Gaynor, because he was going to identify it.
You did. Oh, damn. I mean, you could wait for an identify if you want. But you all seem to already be gone.
They're
Nope, she's
going.
gone.
Yep.
Gone. Right, as the elevator descends, the three of you, bracing a meal, get down to the floor itself. Excellent. Sorry, I need to do a thing. And a thing. Ooh. Blueness, I need you to make a stealth check for me.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's good rolls.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Oh, that's not a good roll.
Maybe they cover for me.
Didn't Kelma said, watch your fucking step?
Here.
Sorry, I need to do a thing now. My apologies. It'll take me 1 second. 1, 12, 5, 7, I need an L there. That would be helpful. The word roll is spelled with 2 L's.
I use my inspiration to re-roll.
You
Don't
can
have
re-roll
inspiration.
if you wish. Alright, do you have an inspiration? You don't have an inspiration.
No, I'm the guest. I wasn't given inspiration.
That's sad. I'm sorry. 10. Good 10. Interesting. So as you get to the bottom of the elevator and the portcullis is dropped once again, Blueness, you look out to the north door where you had previously come in from, and as you walk out into the hallway, and get towards the staircase. As you look up the staircase, you notice there's a number of things that are crawling on the staircase. There looks to be a number of tiny humanoid hands seem to be
Blech.
crawling up and down the staircase in random positions and fashion. There's gotta be at least a dozen of them.
I have a javelin and a spear. I handed a javelin and a spear to both of them, and I pull out my sword. And I was like, if you have the energy, I need you to go in werewolf form.
Fair enough. And Emil and Zuleika would obviously transform. Funny enough, crawling claws can't do shit to 3 werewolves. So,
Oh.
easily
Stab,
enough-
stab.
Yeah, I was about to say, easily enough, you were able to help clean up the corridor in the hallway, sneaking up to the door, and as far as the party knows, outside into the wilderness and off into a relative safety. And I will handle that a little bit later after the session. We'll talk. So,
Yep.
all right. Meanwhile, back in the tower. Also, everybody, thank you to Blueness. Big round of applause to Blueness for being an awesome host.
Yay! Blueness.
You're more than welcome to stick around in the voice if you want to until the end.
We'll see you. We'll see you when we go on
Yeah.
our massacre spree.
Yeah, massacre and everything. The murder,
Oh yeah, I like a good massacre.
the murder hobo raid. Being said, everybody, you are in the room after a chance encounter some interesting werefolk.
Well,
A short rest.
that went off without a hitch-ish, but at least we got to talk to one of the brides.
I mean, we still need to find the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
But which one do you think is the issue? I kind of get a feeling the first one, the youngest, is not the one. So it's up to the other 2. The loser and the one who seems a bit pretentious.
Your least favorite person seems like a good candidate.
Yeah. She's not my least favorite. I have fun with her. I think it's more the other way around. I
Yeah.
think I'm her least favorite.
You think?
I mean,
No. What gave you that vibe, Kel? Huh? Sorry.
I don't know.
Do you know what you're saying?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
But
At this point, it is probably decently late because you went for dinner. You've been walking around the castle. You haven't really rested.
Has it been 6 hours?
It's closing in, yeah. Probably about that.
Cool.
Also, nobody got a cat cloak back from Blueness. No.
Ah,
Honor of a cat cloak.
Oh well. From either of them, we gave them 2.
You did.
No, you only give her 1.
Yeah.
Because Zuleika stayed in the room.
So, shit.
Otherwise,
so it's
you wouldn't
either
have
them,
to come all the way
okay.
back upstairs.
Correct.
yeah, so we lost 1 cat cloak, but we gained 2
Oh
weapons.
no, I've still got it. It's mine. I've still got mine. Aha.
I think she had Osgood's.
I believe so.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
I gave it Trovik's token, so I thought that it was Trovik's, but I think Trovik said he was keeping his. If I remember.
Yeah, no, Trevor kept his.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah, might have been Oscar.
So, I think the most logical step would probably be to keep the one that dislikes us to last, and figure out as much information about her and the others as we can, just in case anything blows out of proportion. So I think we might want to find the library next. However, it is late.
I mean, it's late, but wouldn't this be around the time that they are the most active?
Well, I mean, they're active whenever they want to be. There's no sun here.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess you could get some rest, and then first thing, because when are we supposed to be out of here? When is checkout?
Surprisingly enough, you're not quite sure. Nobody asked when you're expected to leave Castle Ravenloft, only that you were allowed to stay.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Feels a little
Oh.
Hotel California if you think about it, but
A little bit.
Well, how about this? Let's get rest, and then maybe go to the library. They always said the pretentious one is in the library. But now we know a couple things. I didn't know my favorite person was the first wife.
Yeah.
I always thought the pretentious one was the first wife, the way she was acting, but
Well, we did learn, so we need to keep doing that, figure out more about each one, and in the meantime, I need the axe so I can look at it.
absolutely. You need.
While he's doing that, can I take a look around in the closet and just check to see if there's any way that someone could spy on me in the closet?
Absolutely. As you are searching around the closet, you do find. Closet 51.
There's a cloak in there.
There's one cloak hanging on a hook. And as you look around, obviously you all found this the last time that the hook, when pulled, opens up to a trapdoor.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Cool.
nothing. It just swings down when it's unlocked.
Awesome. I'm gonna set up in here and I'm gonna make one of my potions. Because I can make one.
Absolutely, you can do that.
3 hours.
Definitely. Yeah. It's gonna take you a decent bit of time, but you can do that over the course of your sleeping and resting and stuff, for sure. As you look at this axie thing, it is called thing, and does it have a stat block for that there? It's on DnDBeyond, of course it is. Why would it be anywhere but DnDBeyond? That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Corrosive age. Where is it?
Ooh, it's a poison axe.
Poison plus 2 great axe.
And I tell Trovic that information.
It's a +2. It's like, what's +2?
It is extremely strong.
Yeah.
It is magical. It is very heavy and extremely weighted. And
I'm not carrying it to him. It's gonna stay on the table.
But as you do inspect over it and look at it, you notice the same small indents, almost like pinholes on the points of the tongue that are on the handle, on the head of the axe. Um, not quite sure what and what for. And just generally looking, you could gather that if anything were to poison something, it'd probably come from here. I'm not sure whether it's something that might need to be refilled or not. Doesn't seem like it, but again, magic guy.
It's magic-y, so.
On dragon head thing. You can assume.
Poison funnel thingy.
Yep. More or less. So yeah, you would get that off the X. You are able to make the potion, no problem. Osgood would probably prepare mutagens and things like that over the course of the night.
And I would check out the other sword too, so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And Kalma would be just going to the door and just making sure everything's locked, and I'll put my little bells on all the entrances,
Absolutely.
stuff like that.
Yeah, and you can fully set up your whole arrangement. Oh, excuse me. Wow, yawning. Shouldn't be yawning. I've only been up 4 hours. You can definitely set up your bell arrangement and all that to make sure your doors are safe and set. That sword, as you use it on that, is a interesting. It is a sentient sword.
Hmm.
It is a disc. I think I accidentally gave this out as a different item in another place. Yeah. More than one is never. Where is it at? Magic items. I didn't give it out. Well, that's lame. It is a +1 sword. Sorry. I'll give you this quick description. It continually sheds bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet. The only way that light can be dispersed is by destroying the sword. Requires a lawful good creature can attune to the sword in a minute instead of an hour. And the wielder gains the Crusaders Mantle spell 1 time per long rest once attuned to the sword. It does not speak. It communicates through emotions. And it's supposed to want to fight evil and nefarious things. And the sword tells you that through the emotions it gives you while you're inspecting it.
I walk over to Kelma and I drop it at his feet.
How many swords can count my head?
And I go, that sword is worthless.
I'd look at the sword and go, worthless. I pick up the sword. I'm just like looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Sword?
I mean, I tell him about it, but
I mean, it's a nice sword.
worthless for me.
Yeah, worthless to you. Yeah.
I mean, it's quality. It's made of very fine steel.
I mean,
if you were to attune to it, it would give you emotions as well. But right now, it's just a sword in your hand.
and what was the bonuses for that sword other than light?
+1, always light, and that's it. +1. Oh,
Was it
and
+1?
you get the Crusaders Mantle spell 1 time per long rest.
Crusader.
Question.
Good question.
like that seems like a nice thing to have, but
Really? Oh, I hate this so much.
hold on, I was trying
Yeah,
to look up bells.
Crusaders Mantle.
I got it. It's not in the 3 places it should be. It's a spell. It's a evocation spell, level 3, holy power, something. Aura, extra damage aura.
Oh,
Paladin spell.
holy power radiates from you in an aura of 3 feet, awakening boldness in friendly creatures. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you. While in the aura, each non-hostile creature in the aura, including me, deals an extra 1+4 radiant damage
Yeah.
when it hits with a weapon attacked.
1d4 radiant. So basically, it's a concentration spell that you use off the weapon. Yep.
I mean, I'll hold on to the sword,
not-
but
It's basically like a area bless
yeah,
for
yeah,
damage.
for damage. I mean, I'll put it in my
So-
backpack, but
It's definitely not worth. Y'all do have some better equipment, but it's not a bad sword.
yeah, it's not a bad sword. I'll just put it in my.
And as you put it in the backpack does obscure the light that it gives off, so it's not like beaconing through the backpack or anything.
I just kind of joke and go, well, I mean, it might be good for something. I mean, or we could give it to somebody who needs it.
I mean, we could just hold on to it for now, I suppose.
Yeah, I kind of miss my other one, but
You miss a sword?
yeah, for some reason it keeps talking to me in an odd way. Not talking, but kind of feel like the sword and I have a similar motivations. It's hard to describe. Not similar, more like it's hard. It might make sense to you, but
I could definitely see how you would have so much in common with a hard, cold piece of steel.
I mean, true. You're not wrong.
I mean, you're both very dense.
We also glow very brightly
Mm-hmm.
and hurt bad guys. So yeah.
Yeah. Very dense.
Oh my goodness. So easily enough, with enough banter and bicker and back and forth, bedroom conversation. Brandon, you're able to make that.
It just takes me 3 hours. That's why I'm sat in a closet for 3 hours.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, yeah, you got it. Good. And you were able to more or less retire for the night.
I'm just picturing Trovik now has 3 battle axes on him.
It's a lot. I'm waiting for him to drop one in somebody's skull and just leave it.
Yep.
I don't need this one anymore. Squack. Okay, come on. No. Is anybody keeping a actual watch, or are the bells on the door enough for you guys?
I'll keep the first watch.
Right. Do me a favor, then, while everybody else begins to tuck in, and make me a perception check.
Okie dokie. Perception. 19.
Said 11, it was almost 19. Okay. So yeah. So your watch goes somewhat peacefully. You don't ever open the door, creak it open, but nothing comes towards the door or anything like that at the same time. You do have a nice view from this tower out of the stained glass windows, or the not stained glass. I'm sorry, with the lattice windows. About 3 or so hours into your watch, you see a green glow. It's coming from, where are you? You're here. Yeah. So it's coming from like out here. Down the mountain.
Down the mountain. Okay.
Yeah. Like towards the front of the castle.
True.
And then like from down the cliffside type thing.
Would I recognize it as that the same glow?
You've seen this glow 2 or 3 times. You're understanding of what it is. It's interesting because now from this tower you can see that the procession of all these ghosts and spirits and specters that seems to walk up towards Castle Ravenloft every night at midnight in this land. It snakes back and forth before we finally get into the castle, and they all walk across the drawbridge into the front of the castle and into what appears to be into the front door of the castle, the same one that you all enter from that same side. Just this massive, hundreds upon hundreds of adventurers parade of ghosts and spirits. Just does that have any? I think that has any lights. No, okay. And then that's what you got.
Okay. I'm just sitting there, just kind of thinking and meditating, and I can't tell if anyone did anyone else volunteer for watch.
Nobody else has volunteered yet.
Okay, I stand up, and I'm assuming I'm at the end of my watch, right?
Yeah, I was about to say you're getting there.
Yeah.
I will say about the time the procession got into the entrance door, you did hear the organ of Strahd begin to play loudly from the interior of the castle. It's faint even in this tower, but you can hear something in the distance. It sounds like the organ from the dining hall in the basement, in the main chamber.
Hmm.
I don't have good Strahd organ. I don't know. Play it, but we're not gonna do that. But it is faint, but it does seem to start around the time the procession gets to the castle. And at the end of your watch, you kick somebody else. So.
Yeah, I woke up.
Bram takes the bed and everybody else piles in the other room on castle.
Yeah, I walk up to the Gaynor, and I pull out about 5 of my ball bearings, and I just drop it right on his head.
So nice.
Gaynor wakes up surprised, like trying to swap things away from his face.
And I just look at him. I go, "Wake up!" And I just stare. I'm like, I'm literally just staring at him. I'm like, "It's your time to watch. Congratulations, you win."
Fine. I just stand up.
Winning a game you didn't even play. Okay. Alright. Gaynor, make a perception check.
And before I sleep, I mentioned how I saw the ghosts go inside the doors and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even when you're transitioning watches, you can still see this procession is flooding into the castle, even though it's 1 a.m. at this point. It's still going strong. It doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon.
Hey,
22.
22.
not bad.
Okay. So, let's see a thing. Okay. So, as you're keeping watch, the procession goes on for another hour and a half or so after you've transitioned watches, and you just watch as more of these green specters kind of go into the center gates somewhere off into the castle. They don't seem to come out on the grounds anywhere else, though, which is interesting. About a little bit longer into your watch, you're just kind of looking out the window. You can see the moon in the sky in the distance. Even though there are all these clouds and things like that silhouetted against the moon, you see something that seems to fly off from one of the other towers of the castle. Seems to be a bat. Seems to fly off into the night. Not quite sure what direction it's going. It does seem to be flapping all over the place. Catch it out of the corner of your eye. Nothing jingles the bells. You keep an eye on looking on Brandon once in a while. Doesn't seem like anything's coming through the closet trapdoor. Everything seems fine. And it would be one more person on a short watch, and I would say Osgood would probably volunteer if he was volunteering, unless Trovik or Brandon want to step up.
I could just
Or you could
kick Osgood's couch and wake him up.
Good. And he's gonna jostle up and be disturbed, not expecting to have to take a watch, but begrudgingly agreeing to anyway. Sitting in front of the window, Osgood, we'll roll the thing. I'm gonna roll this, and I'm gonna add things. I think I know his numbers going How do I roll these numbers? And why do I roll these numbers? Okay. Osgood, intently looking for something to happen. Paranoid about being in Strahd's castle, doing nothing but pacing for the entirety of his 3 hours of his watch. Very vigilantly make sure nothing messes with the room. And nothing does. And everything seems fine. And light begins to crest over the hill, and eventually Osgood wakes you all up at about 7:38 in the morning. Or the sun wakes you up as Osgood is sitting there, looking out into the area, being very careful and concerned. And as you all wake up, you see him sitting basically in a chair, pistol out, like clicking the hammer back and forth, and almost anxiously sitting here. Still shaken that you're in Strahd's castle. This is not where he ever expected himself to be. That's what I think that.
Well, that was the best sleep I've had in a long time.
This couch was comfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
The bed was even better.
Osgood kind of looks at you and just, there was a bed. You had a bed.
Yes, and I claimed it when we first got into the rooms.
Right. He's probably seen the bed, but I don't remember if he saw it.
He did. He's the one who discovered the closet.
Ah, then I apologize. I'm gonna take all that back and retcon. I'm just being an asshole to Osgood. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway. Yeah. It is dayish.
Kamal just starts doing his morning like stretches and exercises, and he's just like, well, do we just wander again, or do we just try to find library?
Library seems like a good bet. At least as a starting point.
Didn't they say that my favorite person just wanders about? Because they said one stays in the library and...
One kind of be all over the place, yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it right.
Okay.
Well, we don't actually know where the library is.
Found in the tall towers, but also wanders all over the place, I believe was the instruction. And you have no clue where the library is. Trovik, I'm going to do a thing, and then I'm going to ask you to refresh your page for your D&D Beyond.
Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, since we got a long rest,
refresh your page.
Do we get the 14 points again?
Gaynor.
I apologize, what?
Do we get the 14 10 points again?
Yes, every day. Yep.
Okay.
After
12.
all rests.
That's so good.
It's
12
yeah,
temporary
it's
hit points.
12 for you, it's 18 for me.
Oh, no. It's
12 for you guys. Right?
12? Okay. I was 14. I was up to points.
No, you got the 2 from something else.
Oh, yeah, because of the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I
Oh
had
my
that-
god, we have people with like 4 different numbers of temporary hit points.
Yes, I'm aware. It's 12 for everybody, 18 for Gaynor.
Okay.
Back out, and the other
Kelmar
ones
gets something, and
yeah.
Osgood gets another number.
Yeah, you know.
Well, I'm back to 12.
Level characters work, you know. Level 12 characters are a pain in the ass for everybody, especially DMs.
Wait till we hit level 13.
We're so close. It's so frustrating.
Oh,
But you haven't been escorted out of the castle yet. Nobody's come to take your bags and put you on the doorstep.
No cleaning service?
No cleaning service.
I'm gonna get this a 1-star review on Yelp.
No housekeeping. It would be hilarious if Strahd had housekeepers. That were just
Yeah, I
as
know.
annoying as housekeepers at hotels. It's just like they come and bother you like 4 times during your stay. Ah, those are good days. Anyway, yeah. I mean, if you're looking for a library, you can look for a library.
Oh,
Got somebody to ask, or you could.
let's move for a
Search.
library. My only guess is it's probably near the main lobby area. I mean, I guess that's where our
Yeah.
library will be, or up.
Or
I would have thought it'd be in the main building rather than a tower, unless there is a tower with no windows, because keeping books in a room with lots of light is not a good thing.
That's true.
That's how you get faded books.
So very true.
So,
So logically down.
where you want to go? Lead ahead. You are the noble lady person.
No,
You know
My house
castles.
isn't this big.
Okay, lesser noble lady person. Go.
Probably down.
Hmm?
Didn't explore the main part of the building when we went
True.
to the chapel area.
Sure.
Right. So,
Oh,
if you remember, going down this staircase, you come to the first floor landing or whatever, and there's a
Yeah.
door that was shut.
We didn't
Uh,
explore all of that either.
yeah, because
Just
all we
crawl
saw was
into
the
the
chapel.
No, if one floor down from us, there was a dining room that we didn't explore fully,
True.
Yes.
and then
Yes. So there's
we went
that
all the
door
way
in the dining
down.
room, right. And then the next one down is
Oh, the next one down was the hallway that led to the elevator and wooden Strahd.
No, we went down to the ground floor where we came in with the dining room and had dinner with Strahd.
Oh, okay.
And then we went up another staircase.
No. So you're right. He's right.
Is it?
What happened is this: is there's many floors, and up the tower is the third floor technically. So it's a fun level of layers. If we're a hotel building, the dining room that you were in with Strahd is ground floor.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So then you got one floor up, which
Mhm.
is a door that you all had passed by in this spiral staircase for like the purpose of the spiral staircase. So, and that floor is the one with the upper balcony of the chapel.
Yeah.
Right. So that's floor 1. So that's the
Yeah.
floor you were all on when you got into the elevator.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
The floor above that is the floor with the 2 rat statues and the dining room that you didn't explore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Then up is the floor that you're on, and there's floors above you.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Right, so you're right. I'm just making sure it's explained so everybody's on the
Yeah.
same page.
Okay.
Just because I feel like
So-
I missed a floor somewhere. So
All right, so lead the way.
Cool. Let's go down one floor.
okay.
Yeah, let's explore there.
So this is the floor with the 2 statues that were made of swarms of rats.
Yeah.
And the door leading into another what appears to be a dining room of sort. But
Yes.
I didn't look into it too much. Oh, so you are there doing the thing here, and we're on a map there, and I think this is the right map. Don't test me. These maps are brutal.
Yes, that is the right map.
Good. Perfect. Then we're gonna move us good to here. We'll move everybody there. She's off the map. Not there. That's that. That's there. Perfect. Alright. So you has the hallway.
Yes.
You has the doors. Ooh.
Wait, so are we going into the rat infested kitchen or dining room?
It's all-
No, these were rats.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rat
Two
statues.
things are rat statues. Statues of rats that are stacked on
Alright. But these are all like spectral people sitting in chairs, right?
top. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Spectral
Yeah.
people sitting in chairs.
I'm thinking that we're coming up a side stairs and there's a main corridor somewhere like here.
Could do.
That's my thinking of what's going on.
It's up to you guys. Where you go? Forward, backwards, up, down. If you get into the room with the specters, you can see more around that room.
Oh, let's take Strahd at his word. This is gonna be done. Cool. Let's go.
Okay.
Taking Strahd at his word and gonna be dumb. I like all
Yep.
of this. Okay. So,
Oh, everything just went grey.
everything went gray.
That
Yeah, it
probably
did. Yeah, I moved forward and everything went gray.
Oh, God.
Like I'm on my own layer.
Yeah.
Jesus, criminy.
I'm just refreshing to see if it's just something blipped.
No, it might be a blip, but I think it will pull anything. What's going on? Sorry. Control L. Yeah, you can't see anything now, and I don't know why that is. And now you can't either, and that's not good. And why are we doing this to ourselves?
Oh, I refreshed and I can see.
Perfect. I do a refresh because Roll20 sucks sometimes. With dynamic
I wonder if they just did a thing and
They
everything just
probably
died.
did a patch fix. Yeah, they
Yeah.
constantly work on shit. So
I'm
they're
just
doing
gonna
what they
check.
can. I don't blame it.
Okay, yeah, I've just walked into the room and it's all fine. It's just
Okay.
random blip.
And then I would say over and refresh and see if that helps. And Trovik and Kelma and everybody. Yeah, because they're a guy. I can see them now. I think everybody's vision. I don't know why it just broke all of a sudden. It's very strange. Sorry, room, thing, stuff. Yeah, so you see a number of like specters sitting around the table. You see a door on the northern part of the room and a window on the southern part of the room, and then a door straight in front of you on the far side of the room. The table itself seems set with extremely old table placements and things like that. And on the center of the table, you see what looks like a large wedding cake.
Oh. Oh.
Hmm?
Okay.
The heavily large tiered cake leans heavily to one side. Some of the frosting is starting to turn green.
Ugh.
There's a lot of cobwebs in this room too.
Cool. I'm just gingerly stepping through the door. Anything turning towards me? Paying me any attention?
As you step through the door, nothing. You seem to be enjoying a party or ceremony of some sort. You do
Cool.
notice that 2 spots at the head of the table are not filled.
Yeah. This is what I think it is.
Yay.
You want to join the party?
I think this party is not for us.
Oh.
Do I want that door or that door? Logitates. Let's go this door.
Okay.
Following you.
As you get to that door, is that the right thing? That is cool. Yeah, right as you all get to that door, and you're looking around this room. As you walk to this door, the window behind you, the curtains begin to billow inward, and just like a heavy gust of wind blows through the window, blowing the curtains open slightly, and you can see that there, in the window itself, is a large hole shattered through the glass. As that catches you by surprise in this otherwise quiet room, the door in front of you is large and made of wood. It is not locked.
Okay.
I'm gonna move Osgood up here. Osgood
Yeah.
too.
I'm imagining what happened in this room.
But door is not locked. No.
Cool. I open the door.
1 second. I look at the thing. Make sure I'm reading the right room because rooms.
Cool.
Perfect. And rooms. And is that a thing? Is that a thing? You know, if I didn't have 100 pages of everything, would be just fine. Perfect. So I need to do a thing. And because you open the door to this room, I'm about to open the door to this room. Building the suspense. The suspense. Killing you.
Just enjoying this music.
Mm-hmm.
Glad y'all can hear the music. I can't hear it. So. I'm glad it's coming through, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to narrate without my usual music in my ear. I think my headset's dying, which is fine. Boom.
It's a library.
Inside this room,
The library.
immediately feel the warmth.
The library is dark.
Fire.
I think I'm on the wrong layer.
Oh,
I
I
get
can
wrong
see it. Yeah, you might want to.
God,
Yeah,
fuck up again. No.
I can see in here fine.
I can see. Can you not see, Kamala?
No, I'm in the dark, but I'm by myself too. Everyone left.
Oh, yeah, yeah, refresh.
Okay.
That's what just happened to me and
It
over.
just happened to everybody. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It might be a thing concurring. Apologies in advance.
Absolutely. It was like, come, I got warped to a different dimension, and it's gray here.
Kamala
Suddenly
walked through the
encased
door
by
and the
fog.
actual shadow fell.
Yeah.
Everybody else can see, right? Yes, good. Somewhat-ish, maybe.
I'm just waiting for.
Yeah, no, you're good, and I'll wait for you before I start narrating. But you do feel a heavy warmth come from this room immediately as you open the door. And just like rolling waves of red and amber light come from the room itself.
There
You
you
see
go.
a number of bookshelves in the room, obviously 4 lounge couches and a large table in the center, and a fireplace to the east side of the room. A number of large doors on the far side and the west side, and sitting on one of those couches
Yep.
is the familiar bride of Strahd, Ludmilla, with her nose firmly in a book. And you open the door and she kind of looks up and notices.
Sitting where?
Yeah, she's invisible.
I'm on the vision there. I hate my life there.
There you go.
Wonderful.
I put it on the thing. It was there. I swear.
She was so in that book that she became invisible.
She became invisible reading a book.
That feeling when you're just so engrossed in a book that the rest of the world doesn't exist, it means that you don't exist.
Exactly.
I was about to say. Yeah, she's pretty into that book, man. I mean, she's still there, but takes a couple of you to walk in the room before she notices you. Kind of like looks up a little startled and, hello there, how you doing? She is her ever cool, collected self as she greets with a, how are you?
Good morning. I heard there was a library in this castle, but this is quite lovely.
Nice. Strahd has centuries of books, so figure we keep the best ones in the best place. There are other stores, but this is my favorite place to be.
Looks like a good spot for you, mage.
I mean, there's books.
There are books. There are a lot of books.
If I cast Detect Magic,
More than welcome to cast Detect Magic.
I
sir.
want to cast Detect Magic.
I want to cast Detect Magic.
Detect Magic!
As you detect magic, reading for magic. I'm trying to think. Ooh. Interesting.
You don't say.
I do say. Sorry. There is no magic inherently present in this room. However, you do notice a number of old, generally very old tomes that seem to have arcane script along the spines.
Ooh.
A number of things like your identify doesn't, or your detect magic doesn't pick out anything, but as you're kind of looking the room over as well. And this is a massive collection of books. It's over 1,000 unique tomes on all these shelves, and just like a massive amalgamation of all the different types of stories and histories and encyclopedias, and just it's hard to imagine that it's even all able to be amassed in a place like this, especially in something like Barovia. All the
This is
covers
an amazing collection.
preserved, and yeah, it's sorry.
Hmm.
But yeah, and she
Yeah.
kind of looks over and just my lord does love his knowledge, and his pursuit of it was quite aggressive in the past. Yes. He never liked the concept of conquering and burning all the literature. Seemed a waste of good ideas and thoughts. And he did conquer a lot of land before we all got trapped here, so brought a lot with him.
So I'm gonna like browse a shelf as I'm like making conversation, just casually.
Casually browsing a ship, yes.
Yeah.
Looking over things and stuff.
Yeah.
Come across a theological text. Just kind of the title makes you think it's a theological text, I should say. Just kind of Deities in Their Realms is the title of it.
Hmm.
A few other books and the like. Another one seems to be an exotic spices and cookbook that seems to be a first edition of some sort. Funnily enough, you see a slim book tucked on one of the shelves that reads on the spine, Snow Dwarf and the Seven Whites.
Cool.
And it seems to be a more pristine version than the ones that you had found in the other place. But yeah, I mean,
Mm.
a collection of ridiculous amounts of.
Mm.
She just kind of looks at you all. Not all of you seem like you're into a good book. There's something I can help you with.
Oh, we were just taking a look around the castle. You know, it's so massive,
Hmm.
and they followed me because I wanted to take a look around here. But you know, that was quite the thing with Valaki. We passed by there recently.
Hmm.
Oh, not Valaki. I meant to say Kresk. Sorry.
That's fine.
My
I
brain
was-
said Crest.
You're good. I was sitting there as a DM. I'm like, what happened in Valaki? I was running the train back.
No.
I
Sorry.
was gymnastics for half a second. No.
No, my
Just kinda
brain said Crest. My mouth said Valaki.
understand. She just kind of like looks at you and smiles a little bit wider and just, well, you know, enemies of Strahd are enemies of all of us. Gonna cut the weeds down, otherwise they'll come up and strangle you. And she kind of looks over in Osmond's direction, who's also in the room.
Is he?
Sorry, I'm
There you
moving Osgood for me. And she just kind of looks at Osgood. Thank you for giving me such accurate information. And you see Osgood look a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Rest
Kind
was interesting, especially after your sister put a dragon against us. That wasn't fun.
She's got a unique sense of humor. She's certainly not my sister.
I can tell. I mean, we met her. I think I like your room better than her room by a lot.
She does have a taste for the macabre. It is what it is. Some people like to play with their toys. Kids will be kids after all.
So far, you've been the only one that hasn't attacked us. So, and Kelmon leans in the chair. He's like, I always see tension at the table when we were eating. You three didn't seem to like each other too much. Jealousy and all that. Not my business. But,
You're right
Oh.
about that, but it's an interesting relationship. Valenta's young and dumb. Anastasia old and bitter. I'm happy and content.
you
Makes
don't
for a
think
wild
don't-
dynamic.
you don't think Anastasia would try to do something dumb against Strahd because, bitter and all.
Takes a pause of that for a moment, thinks about it. I'm not sure if she'd have the fortitude to be able to stand to him or to do something behind his back.
Insight check on that.
Make an insight check.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice.
She seems sincere in what she says. She doesn't think Anastasia's got the balls to go against Strahd. Or to do something behind his back. Regardless of how bitter or old she feels or how thrown out she feels. She just doesn't have the guts. At least that's the way she thinks about it. At least that's the tone you're getting from her voice. It's a very matter of fact.
Yeah.
Not a. I don't like to tell you the entire thought process behind things. But
Yeah.
inside 20, so it's like that's the tone it's coming from.
True.
She doesn't have the balls to stand up to Strahd.
Kamal sits in the chair. He's like, yeah, I get that. I've seen people who are not strong still try to do something because, you may not have the balls, but you also may not have the brain. Kamal starts giggling to himself.
She is kind of dumb. I guess I couldn't put it past her. Why do you ask?
Just curious, because it seems like you got both you and your sister wife kind of picking on her, and I thought she might have been the youngest one, but he was the oldest one.
Mhm.
So just trying to figure out the dynamic of this place. Looks like we're stuck here. You guys are the ones in charge. You know, you're the only one who hasn't attacked us. So, in my book, you're the one who's the friendliest, easiest to talk to.
Well, I always do like to be the most charming in the room.
I chuckle slightly to myself.
I'm charming too when I want to. Someone like spits in the air and catches it. He catches his own spit.
Chuckle is not hidden.
Oh my goodness. She kind of just looks over at you all. It's not Anastasia I would worry about. If I were to worry about one of the brides, obviously, I would never incriminate myself, but I am the most clever of the three of us. But I would probably say, if anybody were to do anything stupid, like standing against Strahd, I'd say our young friend fits the ticket. She's arrogant, stubborn, young, and I'm not entirely sure that she originally came to Strahd of her own free will.
She wasn't his bride by choice.
Not the way it seemed to me. At least, not choice of hers. She was happy enough, and she gets enough leash, so she's content as she can be, I guess. Yeah. And she kind of like sighs and looks a little bit longingly into the fire for a moment. And as you all are now sitting in this room for a moment, looking around, talking with her, you notice a massive portrait above the fireplace, right above your head, Kilma.
Mm-hmm.
All of you looking around can see this is a massive portrait of, once again, Tatiana in full royal garb and attire over the mantle of this massive fireplace. And the fireplace is decently large. The actual opening of the fireplace is probably about 5 or 6 feet tall. Massive. And she is kind of sitting there, tapping on her book a little bit. You're more than welcome to take something with you if you'd like. Something off the shelves, as long as it doesn't leave the castle, of course. Don't worry, it won't leave the castle. But, or you can grab a book and read in here with me if you prefer. But I was just getting to the best part of this one. Do you mind?
No, of course.
Much thanks. And she kind of nods, smiles, flips her hair slightly and looks back into the book and begins to read once again.
I'm gonna make my way over to these doors.
And as you go over to those doors and look at them, you notice a large crest that spans both doors.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
As Ludmilla kind of looks up and chuckles. I wouldn't do that.
Yes, I see. I see now.
Hmm.
I think we should leave the way we came in.
Yes. Hang on, are these doors up here or are they windows?
Those are doors.
Okay. This way then. So long as these don't have crests on them. Let's
They
go
do
this way.
not.
Yeah, that's cool. That makes sense. That Strahd has a door to his library.
It does make sense. As this door opens up into a spiral staircase that goes down.
Does this one open up to a spiral staircase that goes up then?
This
Yeah,
one
don't like down.
opens up to a hallway.
Oh,
Yeah, that way. That way.
To a hallway.
As I pass by, what was her name again?
Lumilla.
Lamella. I just kind of mention, go. You know where oldest wife is? Just wanna make sure she's not very fond of me, but you know,
I thought y'all got along swimmingly.
let's just say when we stopped her little plan, her and I had a lot of fun, but I don't think she liked my idea of fun.
I certainly thought it was funny.
I did too.
Shame you couldn't have caught her, though.
Will that put you up and higher in the ranks?
No, it just would have made me laugh even harder. Usually she's outside the castle, either on the ramparts or towards one of the taller towers. There are a number of ways that go up. She doesn't like the face under the catacombs that much.
All right, so she's a bit higher up if we find her.
She certainly wouldn't be caught near the room. Let's say Valenta's room. I think you know what I mean. But she wouldn't be caught dead in a place like that. If you're looking for her, you'd look to the sky.
I just kind of give her a respectful nod.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wander and wander. All right, and as you all begin to wander down this hallway. This is a hallway, that's a K45, and of course the one way. Doop, doop, doop.
7?
Yeah, you know. Oh no, what is this? Where's the thing? Why is there no light there? There's not light. That sucks. Perfect. Cool, you can still see down the thing. Maybe. Maybe not. Yes. But, stupid stuff. So you see, again, as you get to here, there is a small archway that leads into a spiraling staircase. At first, it just kind of leads into like a straight platformy area, and then it goes into a spiral up, and it spirals down as well. And then you see a long corridor that leads to a staircase going down, and a number of alcoves to your right, or behind you, I should say. Hello,
I apologize.
you're good. Do we all die?
No.
No, we're still here.
No, we're still
Okay, my entire system just did a hard boot, so
okay.
my fault. Okay. Yeah, but you have the hallway to the left and the curved hallway and subsequent staircase. Right. I believe you can see all that, right?
Right,
Yes,
and we know we have to go up. So
you've been advised you may need to go up, yes. And funnily enough, you can see another staircase down in the center of the floor of this spirally round. But yeah,
Ooh.
if you want to go up, you can go up. If you want to go down, you can go down. Osgood's in the room with you.
I would say go up.
Good
that's looking catacombsy to me.
I mean, we are.
You're on floor 1.
Yeah. So there's a
Right.
floor beneath us, which is where we enter. And then there's the floor where we had all the cellars. And then there's the floor with the dungeons under that.
And
Mhm.
then is the catacombs.
And then it's
Oh.
the catacombs, probably. So the
Oh.
chances are this isn't looking down on that.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Unless
she's
it's a very
saying that Miss Happy tends to be in higher elevation.
Miss
Miss
Happy.
Happy.
My lord.
Oh my
These brides' nicknames have gotten butchered. It's yes, she can usually be found in higher places.
Up we go.
Up and up.
Up we go.
Yeah, that's none of that.
Down the pit.
it's up we go. Calvin does a backflip.
Yeah, let's not do that and fall down the hole, shall we?
I don't know. Maybe there'll be another peasant down there I could like elbow drop.
Oh, sorry. So yes, so as you all walk out, K46, that's a number. That's all the numbers. Yeah, so as you all are walking out onto this round flat area, you notice the opening in the wall leads to the parapets of the castle and like the actual like walkways around the
Oh,
main wall of the castle.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Huh.
like
Like we're in a tower. We're in a corner tower. Or
right.
something.
These are openings to walk out onto the
Yeah.
fortifications. And then it does
Oh.
go up and down. Yes.
Can I peek my head out of one of these to see if I can see it? Because if these are the
Yes.
walkways.
Yes. Sure.
Boop.
Sure. Boop. 46. So as you look out, it is raining outside slightly, and there's a drizzle of rain coming down. A little bit of thunder off in the distance. You don't see anything on this this segment straight away. This part that goes off to the north here is basically just like an archway that goes over a gate leading into a small courtyard in this direction.
Okay.
And obviously toward the front of the castle in this direction. That leads off more to a wall over here. Nothing on that entire perimeter. However, as you're looking down this direction, you see a suit of armor. Boop.
Oh.
As it walks around the corner and stands here,
Okay.
and then turns towards your direction and starts walking
Cool.
at a regular, normal pace.
I shrug and duck back inside.
Yep. As you duck
Not
back inside,
concerned.
nothing. It's suit of armor walking around.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
But yeah,
I mean, I'm also not concerned because supposedly Strahd has disabled stuff against us, so
Right. As
if
much
it
as he
attacks
could.
us, meh. It dies.
mhm. And as you all are standing in the door, the suit of armor just kind of stands and looks at you all.
Oh, hi, buddy.
No
Cool.
response. It's just standing here.
So are we
Cool.
going up?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going up.
Going up,
We
all the way up. As you're going up, and you walk past the gap with the armor starts to walk behind you all, and
Yep.
then continues to walk out to over here.
Mm-hmm.
He used to walk on his way because he's armed. And you go up. Fun stuff. I need everybody to make me a perception check in the tower.
Sure.
Okay.
Perception check in the tower.
Perception check in the tower because this tower is fun stuff.
Oh, ugh.
What
Right,
we got?
why you no roll?
Why you no roll dice?
There we go.
Why you no
Boom.
roll? I will roll for Osgood.
Oh, nice.
What is this with me rolling 20s for Osgood? Why is there no combats in these sessions? I need combats to save my 20s. Okay. Kelma, you notice it after other people point it out to you.
I was about to say, it's like, I've not seen shit.
Yeah, but I mean, after seeing it, I don't think anybody's not pointing it out. As you're looking up this spiral staircase and just kind of beginning to wander up, and it goes up and round and round and round and round. You see something almost in the center of the tower at the top of this thing. Like you see the staircase going around the sides, but it almost seems to be something like suspended from the top of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
You go try and get a good look at it. It seems to be red. It almost seems to be glowing. As you make your way up the spiral tower slowly, trying to find some way further up that maybe Anastraj's perched away in. That's where we're going to stop the session.
Okay.
And we'll pick back up next time.
Sounds good.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Thanks, everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us. Truly do appreciate you guys hanging on out. As always, please subscribe to the One Shot Tavern on YouTube. I just put a link in the chat. And if you like just video game related stuff for my channel, feel free to subscribe to Digital Boundaries on my channel. I'll be doing some fun stuff on there very soon. Does anyone else have anything to say before we head out for the night?
Big thank yous to Blueness for being our guest character for these past couple sessions.
Yep.
And hopefully Blueness will make an appearance again before the end of this whole shebang-a-bang.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we won't have to cut her down.
Final everything. And hopefully she's not on the wrong side of this shebang-a-bang. Yes.
Exactly.
Cut me down. Never.
I mean, have you seen this party, Blueness?
We've been betrayed.
I can easily run away. I don't
Vampire
know.
all along.
About.
She's a vampire werewolf that kills people. No,
Oh, God.
Jesus.
she's the big bad. You've all been hoodwinked.
Yeah, pretty much. I want my Electrum back. So, all right, awesome. But all right, guys, you guys have a great night in the chat. We'll see you next week for session 35 of Curse of Strahd at around starting around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you guys have a great night all. Take care.